only Negro school principal, as far as I know, in the entire history of New York was the principal. It was a woman named Mrs. Ayer. And she liked me. And in a way, I guess she proved to me that I could, that I didn't have to be entirely defined by my circumstances. Because you know that every Negro child knows what his circumstances are, though he can't articulate them, because he's born into a republic which assures him, in as many ways as it knows how, and has got great force, that he has a certain place and he can never rise above it. And what has happened in Harlem since is that generation has passed away.
Mrs. Ayer was a sort of a model, in a sense.
She was a proof. She was a living proof that I was not necessarily what the country said I was.
And it is significant, Jim, that we do not have a single Negro principal in the New York public school system today.
And it is not because there ain't nobody around who can do it, you know. One's involved in a very curious and a very serious battle, concerning which I think the time is going to be as explicit as one can possibly be. The great victims in this country of the institution called segregation, which is not a Southern custom, but which has been for 100 years a national way of life. The great victims are the white people, the white man's children. Lorraine Hansberry said this afternoon, we were talking about the problem of being a Negro male in this society. Lorraine said that she wasn't too concerned, really, about Negro manhood, since they had managed to do and to endure and to even transcend some fantastic things. But she was very worried about a civilization which could produce those 5 policemen standing on the Negro woman's neck in Birmingham or wherever it was. And I am too. I'm terrified at the moral apathy, the death of the heart, which is happening in my country. These people have deluded themselves for so long that they really don't think I'm human. I base this on their conduct, not on what they say. And this means that they have become, in themselves, moral monsters.
What's poppin', bro? What's poppin', man?
What's good, Trev? I appreciate you having me, brother. Let's do it, man.
Hey, man. Us collaborating is a beautiful thing because, man, we just here to learn. We just here to aspire. I just want to be able to be educated. I want people to call into the show and educate us. And we just learn more and more about these FBA topics and our lineage. You know what I'm saying, fam?
Straight up. I'm with you on that.
How was your day, though, my brother? It was a good Sunday, man.
Man, a great Sunday, man. I ain't been too much watching football lately. I've been kind of much, getting more into my reading, learning, trying to come up with, good content and good information to give to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Today I ain't do much, man. I went to the church home with my wife, though, but I cooked a good meal, man. We ate some, I made my vegan meat and my peppers, I made my stuffed poblano peppers and all of that. We just had a good time while curating the show, getting the show together for the people to talk about this cultural delineation, man.
Yeah, we ready. Hey, that's been a common word in my comment section, delineation, delineate. So I'm sure a lot of people ready to get down to it.
Yeah, I hope the people tap into it. And I want to know, like, what is everybody's thought process about the FBA's delineating from other cultures in the comment section before we even get to it. Salute LA Hopkins. Salute for tapping in with us, man. But it was a few topics of discussions that you talked about on your channel this week that really caught my attention. You didn't get onto the Ice-T thing, but you talked about Fred Curley. You just did a good show about the lady talking about Fat Joe.
Right.
She basically standing with Fat Joe, and something from the past went viral about Obama as of recently, man, and I shared it with you, and I thought, like, you know what I mean, it'll be a good way to start off, you know what I mean, the show or whatever.
Definitely. Definitely.
Let's get to it then. I want to know your thoughts right off top about this, fam.
I understand there's a common fraternity creed here at Morehouse. Excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. Well, we've got no time for excuses. Not because the bitter legacy of slavery and segregation have vanished entirely, they have not. Not because racism and discrimination no longer exist. We know those are still out there. It's just that in today's hyper-connected, hyper-competitive world, with millions of young people from China and India and Brazil, many of whom started with a whole lot less than all of you did, all of them entering the global workforce alongside you, nobody is going to give you anything that you have not earned. Nobody cares how tough your upbringing was. Nobody cares if you suffered some discrimination.
Nobody cares, bro. FBA, I mean, that's
Did he just
crazy.
play it? Nobody cares about what you've been through. Nobody cares about those things of the past. It's hyper competitive, and you know these people are coming here. Get ready and get prepared. Like, I think that was insensitive to be going to those historical black college campuses and speaking to people like that. That's how I took that, fam.
Yeah, fam. I mean, these guys at the higher ups, I think it's easy. If you get a migrant, I think they're gonna come in and be more pushing white supremacy, you know, because the money is there. You know what I mean? So it's easier to control them because they just want to get financial, you know, freedom. So they gonna veer to the side where it's more strongest. And I feel like they ain't gonna never care about the, you know, us, the FBAs. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Nobody's gonna give you nothing.
Yeah.
Dang. That's a fact, though.
I mean, yeah, what you can expect, yeah, they gonna take from us, you know what I mean? So we got it's a whole different ball game when we think about what we got to go through. You know, we got to make sure ain't nobody stealing from us too. You know.
Yeah. That's why we got to stand together too, because you know throughout the week you had put a clip up about the migrants. Trump standing.
Yeah.
He's standing on what he said.
He
But
definitely standing on what he said.
he said that he was going to get them out. The process is starting even before he took the house or whatever, though. But do you think, like, or what's your thoughts about the effect that migration is having on the country, and does it have a effect directly to us, fam, to the FBA people?
Yeah, it got a direct effect to us because it's just more crowded and we can't get into positions that could benefit us. So, you know, it makes it competition and we got, you know, and it shouldn't be like that. You know, we've been here too long we should already have stable institutions to where we already good. They should be getting taxed, you know. We should have some kind of FBA lineage tax, you know what I mean? For coming to the land. When you come to this land, bro, you got to pay dues to the people who put in the work here.
Yeah.
You feel me? In my opinion.
I totally agree with you because they come to the country, to the land that is foundationally ours, and perceive, you know, I ain't taking no shots at you. I know people got dreams and goals that they want to achieve too, and I ain't trying to straddle the fence and be weak or whatever though. But they come over here and they be like, them the slaves, them the people that did what they had to do so we could reap the reward for what they, you know what I'm saying, went through.
Yeah.
And it's like they talk bad, like talk to us like we less than, and come over here and reap the benefits that they might want to work harder, or you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I think that it's foul that the political leaders allow that to go on and allow that to happen like that. Man.
For real.
Yeah.
Talk. Real talk.
That's part of the reason, like, you know, election or whatever that just happened.
Right.
We covered it I don't know if I covered it a lot though, but we covered it as much as we possibly could on both of our channels. And I think that was the main reason that people didn't, you know what I mean, side with Kamala Harris like that. The migration. What was your thoughts of the main reason why she lost, fam? Because I think that migration and her being connected to California and seeing how California is going, I thought that was the main reason why she took the L.
Yeah, I think the main reason is when you try to you're trying to please too many people. You know, you wanna be friendly with everybody, and it's like you don't stand on anything. It's like it don't seem real to me. And I think people seeing you want to stand with blacks, you're saying that, then you want to stand with, kind of and I don't think that's gonna work. I think you got to be true to yourself and just know what you're standing for, and then the people gonna follow.
Yeah, she was straddling the fence a lot too, and then that's the celebrity culture and her implementing celebrities into it. Well, it looked foul though, because they ain't dealing with what the people of the country is dealing with on a daily basis, my opinion. For real.
Gotcha.
FBAs have to delineate and gatekeep all culture. That's true. That's true. Chocolate music. What's popping, man? Hey, if y'all tuned into the channel, man, I posted and I pinned to the top. If you want to make your face seen and come on the show with us, if you want to call in to the show and, you know what I mean, contribute to the discussion and some educational topics with us, man, let's just make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. We appreciate everybody too. You know, fam, you covered the YSL trial. Or do we need to stay in the FBA business, or am I moving too quick?
If you got some more FBA business, we can stay. I mean, we can, stay on it and get to that if you got some more. But if not, fam, we can move.
Okay, I got plenty of it. To be honest with you, I got so many topics. It's crazy. Let's get into what we got with what I made the thumbnail with, the conversation that Charleston White had that's viral right now, talking about Tariq Nasheed. Let's get into this.
Black folks, this the type of nigga Tariq Nasheed ask us to check. You gotta check those.
Man, fuck Tariq. Tariq wanted to be a pimp at first. Niggas don't give a damn about no Tariq Nasheed. Nigga, fuck Tariq Nasheed. That nigga she started out wanting to be a pimp and couldn't pimp. So then he come trying to pimp on y'all. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about Tariq Nasheed. This grown ass man done got on here and repeated what Tariq Nasheed done said. Nigga, I ain't never seen Tariq Nasheed in the community doing a motherfucking thing. He's always been on camera talking. See, I come from the bottom. Nigga starting out in the community doing shit. I started doing before I started talking. Nigga, actions speak louder than words. This black son bitch done got on here and said Tariq. Nigga, fuck Tariq Nasheed. That nigga started out in the pimp group over there with goddamn me Rosebud and man, come on now, nigga, don't do us like that, repeating what Tariq Nasheed said. Now, had you quoted Marcus Garvey, you probably would have had some, but this nigga done come with Tariq Nasheed. Nigga, fuck you and Tariq.
You seen
Charleston, man, I don't want to hear shit. None y'all sound stupid now. I don't want a bunch of dumb motherfuckers coming over here talking. Y'all sound stupid, and you niggas sound too anxious to talk.
Love goes
y'all ain't got nothing else better to do. Y'all ain't got nothing else better to do on New Year's Eve than to get on here and talk.
Yeah. Somebody called in from Baton Rouge. Tap back in, man, if you want to give your perspective.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man. All right, so Charleston White. We know he just full of crap, man. We don't even need to. He's a race baiter. I think he's more of, he baiting situations, but unknown caller.
Finish your thought, fam. I'm gonna let them tap in. Let them tap in after you finish your thought.
He'll say some good things every here and there to make sense, but his intentions on what he's trying to do is it seems like it's more destructive. It don't seem like it's going up, in my opinion.
That's true. He said that Tariq Nasheed ain't, you know what I'm saying? He's not putting boots to the ground. He just talking on the internet. That's what he said. And I think that that's foul, like, at the end of the day. But let me let the caller through, though. You tapping into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping, fam?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
We blessed, man. We extremely blessed. How you doing tonight, man?
Salute.
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Listen, this the thing. I grew up in the 80s in Baton Rouge, seeing black grocery stores, gas stations, and then slowly, getting to the topic, we've had Arabs and Asians come in. They gave them 10 years tax-free, other incentives. A lot of black gas stations owners and business, start going away. It's time for us to start getting back supporting our culture, our business, and etc. Nobody gonna hire us and look out for us but us. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of darts on our back. Everybody get to make a come up off of our struggles, our pain. They can open up any type of business in our neighborhoods. When we try to open up business, it's all different type of avenues and stuff going against. I feel like our elders dropped the ball. Our parents, in the early 80s, they was just getting access to things. They went through the civil rights era. We got a lot going against us. Then we got others in the mix that look like us. That's every kin folks. How they say every skin folks, not kin folks.
Yeah, that's
I'm not knocking all our brothers from the Caribbeans and but we're not getting a lot of riders. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To actually come in. Actually, they come in to take and go on by their business, and it's cool. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, don't try to get in the way of our progress. You know what I'm saying? When we getting out there fighting and trying to get this system to do what it's supposed to do for us. Mm-hmm. We don't need no others coming in the mix. I don't know that guy. He's I think Jamaican. He's a senator. It's one of the black guys who was mega with Trump. And he was talking to a bunch of our elders and telling them he don't believe in reparations because he could benefit from it and he don't want to pay for something. I'm like, wow. Yeah. But y'all sign off for Ukraine, other individuals, this communities get money, but the main people who fought for you, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't our ancestors, open up the doors, during that civil rights area and trying to get more immigrants from the other melanated area of the Caribbeans and Africa to come over here. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't benefit off these type of things. They had another guy come by. He got a degree. He's been over here 2 years. It's a lot of disrespect. Yeah. Because they come over here and they get stuff. They're elevated over us. And I'm not knocking, you know what I'm saying? We do got work to do in fixing our own community. But a lot of them couldn't do it in their own country. You was able to come over here and do it on the backs. You know what I'm saying? That's like me going to South Africa and be able to make come up over there with business and certain other things. And
tax-free and getting in those
people,
all of that.
Yeah. But getting in the, what's the Mandela Party, speaking what those brothers and sisters should get or can't get. And my ancestors haven't done anything over there. It's a whole bunch of disrespect. I'm not knocking all our brothers and sisters, but I was a Pan-African, but I started looking at a lot of different things, and I still believe, but I think we need to focus on ourselves here and getting stuff straight before we try to help everybody else. You fighting out too many fights, you can't focus on your own. And it's a time period now, man. I'm looking at the little younger generation, they lost. We got work to do. I don't know how we're going to organize, but we need to start, organizing, getting things done. We can go in on the others all day. It's not going to, make no changes. So, like Charleston White, he do a lot of stuff for clout. You know what I'm saying? And I might not agree with everything, what Tariq say, but, some things I do, but we got business to do. Us fighting over calling other folks tellers and all that, et cetera, is a waste of time. And, a lot of them call in to troll on certain spaces. I can't tell people what to do with their own platform, but, man, X them. And if it's not about, uplifting us, and
kick them on out of here.
That's a fact.
Kick them out. We wasting too much time. It's time. It's about what? 43 million of us.
Yeah, we
And,
got to be able
it's
to
probably
unify.
more than that. The census don't really care, but you know what I'm saying? We got enough. When we come together and do stuff, we can move things. I mean, we've done it before.
Do you have a platform or an Instagram handle or anything where you can promote what you're doing, and how can we contribute to what you're doing and keep you coming and calling in on the show, fam? We got multiple people calling and other folks.
Okay, I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I don't have anything set. I'm really not on social media like that. I just opened a Twitter, and I don't even have the.
That's cool.
I'll call in and set one up, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all up.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Just tap in with us.
Our platform is your platform. Call in anytime you see us on the show, and we want to hear what you got to say and contribute to anything you got going on. And salute to Baton Rouge, fam.
Y'all take care.
Yes, sir. You too, fam.
All right.
Yeah, we had multiple callers calling in, but we got Guy on the screen. How you doing
What's
today?
up, Guy?
I think your mic muted, fam.
All right, there we go. Y'all hear me?
Back.
Yeah, you
good, man.
I'm doing good, man. How about yourselves, man?
Hey,
I've been waiting on this one. I mean, I watched y'all last night, so I've been waiting on this one.
Appreciate it. Shout your platform.
Yeah, I got to tap in, man. The Guy Jackson podcast, man. I'm just, did some some content on entertainment and stuff today, and just throwing up my stuff. Just doing it.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
We appreciate you tapping in, man.
And I appreciate y'all too, man.
What's your thought process on anything that was said so far from the clips we played from, you know what I'm saying, Obama to Charleston White, fam? And salute.
I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, for sure, man. The FBA, yo, for real. Because, Obama rubbed me the wrong way when he was, doing his thing for Kamala, the way he came at us as black men.
Yeah.
That didn't sit well with me at all, and it still don't sit well with me. So anything Obama got to say, bro, right now, I go through one ear and not the other. I don't want to hear shit he got to say. For me, even with Charleston White, bro, like Charleston White, he has good intentions, but to me, it's the wrong messenger.
Okay.
He's the wrong messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand his persona, because if you knew Charleston White before, they wasn't feeling him and wasn't nobody paying attention to him. Then he became this who he is now, and he getting all the attention.
The character,
the character. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of bad on us in a sense, because when he was out there doing something, trying to do right and was doing right, we kind of shunned him.
Yeah.
And whenever you shun somebody, they kind of create a alter ego of some sort to try to get back, and that alter ego becomes what we see today.
Right, but let me ask y'all something. Can we say Charleston White has to be jealous? Because think about it, if you putting in work in the community, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always say that attention is a drug. We see women online, they just do stuff just to get attention, right?
Yeah.
Why do we need validation on things that we're doing that's supposed to be helping somebody? And that's a problem in our community. Is I think we be needing validations on stuff that you should be doing anyway.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
We got somebody on the phone. I don't know where they coming from. Who is this? Where they coming from? I'm gonna let them answer it. I apologize, y'all. We got a lot going on though. But you tapping in the Water God TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping with you, fam?
Oh, it's going pretty good, man. I'm just trying to get in on the call line and see if I can get in on the show.
And we want to know your perspective.
Okay. Are you live right now?
Yeah, but I think you got the speakerphone or us playing in the background or something. Can you clear us up right quick, please, sir?
Okay, can I mute it? Let me see. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I'm muted. Is that okay?
Thank you. You still crispy. Go ahead and give your perspective, please.
Okay. First of all, relative to Charleston White, I think it would be best for us to just ignore him and not give him any clout whatsoever. Because from the stuff that he's talking here, I think he's going to get his anyway from somebody the way he's going right now. So we don't even need to waste our time on him. And I think he has some kind of plant. Now, as far as the cultural delineation is going, that is one of the best things that has happened to FBA since I've been living, man. I'm 71 years old. Now people can't really just come in and take our spot. I heard a guy on a program today from Canada. He said he identified as FBA, and he was talking to Tariq on the radio. Mm-hmm. And he said, well, that should make me an FBI. Tariq said, no, you're Canadian. Yeah. So this makes a big deal. People around the world are trying to deal with identify as FBAs right now.
Mm-hmm. And they ain't even in our country trying to identify.
Right. So that's a big thing that we've done.
And I'm sorry for cutting you off, but me and Rob and Guy on the show right now, and also we really appreciate hearing from people that came before us and have had experiences that we haven't had. But continue on. We appreciate you, man.
Okay, I'm going to let you go so you can take another call, but we're moving definitely in the right direction. And I tried to get on with Rob before, but I couldn't figure out how to work the video. And anyway, this is one of the best things that's happened to us, man, since I can basically remember. And I was around during the civil rights movement. I was active. I've been active in a lot of different community organizations. It's like a prayer is coming through right now for us.
Thank you.
And I'm just so thankful that God is answering prayers of our ancestors, even back in slavery time, that were praying for us.
Yes, sir.
So this is the best thing that could happen to us right now. We are definitely moving in the right direction. And thank you, brother, for what you're doing. God bless you.
God bless you.
Appreciate you, brother.
Same.
Oh, brother, where are you calling in from? We'd like to know where all people coming from.
Okay, I'm right in LA, Los Angeles.
Salute.
Okay,
that's my hometown.
Yeah,
that's my hometown. Born and raised.
Have a blessed night, my brother.
Thank you, brothers.
Yes, sir. Let's give him some, fam. Let's give him some hand clap.
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, straight up.
I love hearing from the elders, man, because they have experienced things we haven't experienced, and they can teach us stuff, though, fam. You know, he said we was giving Charleston White some shine. We need to get off of that, then, don't we?
Yeah, but I like what he said. You know, he been around since the civil rights era, and like to hear him say this movement that we doing, you know, as an older person that went through Black Panther Party and all of the institutions of Black people, it just make me feel good that I know we going in the right direction. And we got to get this union, man, this union, Foundational Black American Organization going. So we actually got something now that where we like all together and can't nobody really play with us. But that's what we working on.
And to be honest, Tariq Nasheed should tap in with us also, because we having a lot of Los Angeles. We got a brother from Los Angeles on the show with us now. And also we have, every time we do a show, we have brothers calling in from LA,
California,
and New York.
I mean, we big right now on the Cali and New York right now. That's the biggest where we see in the FBA.
What's your thoughts about his call, guy? Because we got somebody calling in from New York, and I'm gonna answer your phone 646. I'm gonna call you back. Just if you listening to the show,
answer it and put him on mute real quick. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna get to it. But what was your thoughts about his call, though, guy?
I mean, I enjoyed this call. I mean, it gives you the insight. You know, when you have people who have been through what we haven't endured and been through. You know, I look at that as a blessing. You know, having a grandma that lived to be 98, and my great grandpa lived to be 103. Her dad, you know, and my dad's side of the family, you know, his dad grew up in Georgia, but my grandma, my great grandpa was from the West Indies, and was from Trinidad. So. You know, they moved over here. They was from Florida, and then they migrated to California. And then my mom's side of the family, everybody's from Jackson, Mississippi, and Biloxi.
Yeah.
You know, and they migrated to California. My grandma migrated to California because my granddad, he was in the military.
California is a melting pot, fam. And after we accept this brother's call, I want to know more about the melting pot of California and your take after we let this brother speak. Or sister speak, because we want the females to call in also.
We need them. We need the females.
You tapping in Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping 646?
Hey, how y'all guys doing, man?
We blessed, man. How about yourself, man?
I'm good. You know, I'm just hearing all this retardedness of the disrespect that we're getting as who we are and whatnot. We do so much for everyone, and everybody turns their backs on us and whatnot, and we keep doing. And what we're doing now is staying focused on what we need to do for ourselves and keeping ourselves in check. And it's about time, because we've been giving it up so long.
That's true.
Enough is enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
Enough is enough, because our kids is getting out of order.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doing what they want to do. And our focus is not on what we need to do. Our focus is everywhere else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is not good.
Yeah.
And now that they open up the water gates,
mm-hmm.
now we're gonna have to shut it down and direct that water towards us.
Yeah.
You know, because we can't do this no more. We can't just sit back and let people do as they please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, because the longest we do that, the longer we keep going down, down, down. Now people are going to have to speak up, because they're going to feel the pressure now instead of us.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. My brother,
you know,
where you calling in from, and keep going with your take, and we appreciate you.
Jersey.
One love, my brothers.
No, I asked you a question. Where you tapping in from, my brother?
Where you calling from?
New York.
New York.
New York. Okay.
Appreciate
you. Yes. You know, I come from Tennessee. I'm a country boy.
Gotcha.
This is home. You know, there's no place like home. And I grew up with the music and the rapping and everything else. And I remember a song back in the days. It was some song called 1, 2, 3, 4. That was way back when a little child did this, a song. It's way back. That's when rapping started back then. That's like in the 60s.
Yeah. What part of Tennessee, my brother? Before you go, and we got other callers also. But what part of Tennessee?
Oh, Memphis, Tennessee.
Salute. Thank you for tapping into the show, man. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Man, we got to show some love to the people calling into the show, man. Thank y'all so much for calling in, man.
It's a blessing, man.
California on.
Yes, California is heavy in the building tonight. Salute to California, man. Everybody out there holding it down for
Santa
FBA.
Monica, Money Green from from Santa Monica, California. I know Ronnie from San Diego, California. Yeah. Got family out there, you know. So
now finish your thought though, guy, before we go. We're gonna go to another topic also. What about the culture of California? And
I can tell you, man, like growing up in Cali, bro, was probably, I tell anybody, you know, to go down, yes, expensive. I wouldn't go back, I wouldn't live. But growing up, you know, bro, where you could literally go anywhere as a kid, bro. I went everywhere as a kid. I mean, you know, we was mobbing, me and my siblings and people from the block, bro. We was mobbing to the city swimming pool and things like that. And when I went to school, I moved to Hawthorne, California, and you know, I got introduced to diversity. Ooh. I'm talking about, you know, Vietnamese, Asians, you're talking about Samoans, Tongans, Latinos, Mexicans, people from El Salvador, all at one school. All at one school, bro.
Yeah.
White people, all at one school. So it was a blessing, because we learned about culture.
Mm-hmm.
Culture was really big.
It was really big.
Culture is still big in California.
Right. How big was what was his name? Huey P. Newton. How big was he out there to you guys?
Yeah, his
influence was heavy.
Right.
Huey P. Newton was heavy in Cali, especially up north.
Yeah.
In Oakland, the Bay Area, for sure.
So we got
sure.
We got a caller just called in. I got them on hold. They've been on hold for a minute. In the chat, we would appreciate y'all, the people that's from California, tell us how influential Huey P. Newton was and what y'all remember about him. And let's let the caller tap in right quick. You tapping into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's your perspective on the topic?
Hi, my name is Sheena. I'm calling from Syracuse, New York.
Salute.
Salute, Sheena.
Yes. So I'm happy about how things are going myself. My family is from North Carolina. I'm first generation in New York. And my father's side, Florida, from Trinidad. My granddad came from Trinidad.
Okay.
He grew up in Florida. Yep. And came to New York as well. My grandmother, Georgia. But I think it's important for, us to focus on ourselves. We fought so many fights as far as sticking up for everyone. And I'm basically hearing the same thing as far as, it seemed like we have so much love for everybody. We're very welcoming, but we don't seem to get the same in return. And it's kind of saddening, so it's not no type of hate towards no one else. But I think for us, it's a great thing for us to focus more on just us and show that we have pride in our culture too, because we've been told that so many times, but it's just like, well, you can just see the way people talk, the way their mannerisms, the music that they listen to. It's just a lot of things where it's just like, how, they put us down so much. So just to kind of push that to the side, focus more on us, it's a great thing.
That's true. And we appreciate a lady's perspective also. We love hearing from our FBA females, and thank you so much for calling in. Do y'all got any questions for the lady or anything?
Yeah, she from Syracuse, New York, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
like in the middle of New York.
Yeah.
Right. What was your biggest experience with, hip hop, coming from New York, growing up in New York where you was at? What was your biggest impactful experience?
Well, I just want to set the record straight. A lot of people think that New York City, when you say New York, they think of New York City, and we're nothing like New York City. We don't have all the tall buildings, and they're mixing in as far as cultures. But my biggest experience was just, this is the best way to explain it. We sample a lot of music, right?
Yeah.
And I've always noticed when we hear songs, it hit us different because we know where it's coming from. You go, oh, that's grandpa's song, that's grandma's song, or your mom and dad's song, versus someone else listening to it and they're like, oh yeah, that's hot, but it's like, now you don't even know what this is right now.
That's true.
So of course, if they don't know our history, they don't really understand, the connection that it has. It's not just New York. Like, this is our upbringing. This is music that we listen to in our homes. The way that we move, or our mannerisms and the things that we say come from our grandparents and our parents. We're not watching TV and practicing in the mirror. My personality, I gained a lot from my dad. People call me, I don't want to say my father's name, but his junior. It's not because of a neighbor or some people across town. It's from my house.
Yeah. And it's not a disrespectful thing. You talking about
not at all.
You talking about we sample a lot of music. I'm getting the energy that you are artist. Am I right in that aspect?
No, but I love music. So I listen to a lot of oldies. I listen to a lot of music from, like I said, my grandparents on to my parents. So I know when things are sampled. And I'm just like, I know that song. I know, and then
you heard it before.
Right. You didn't grow up the same, you're not going to have that same connection to that song. So sometimes you can hear a song for the first time, and if they sample, like, say, the chorus or something like that, it. And for example, I love Big Pun, and much respect to him. But one of my favorite songs is when he sampled the OJs.
Yeah. What's the title of that song?
I'm gonna say, I don't want to sing, but I'm gonna do it. My darling baby. Play I just press a lot. That's my favorite song. Yeah. I just saw the OJs this summer at the Jazz Festival.
Okay.
So things like that. Now you might have the Hispanics like, okay, yeah, that shit hot, but like, nah, that shit really hot. You don't even know. You don't know. You know, but my son must have knew. He must have heard that like, okay, I got it, because they in the video and everything. So I feel like our connection to our music is just different because of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like bring back memories, you know, things like that. And it might make you go back and just like, let me go play that song.
Yeah.
We highly appreciate.
I got one more question before she go. One more question.
Go ahead, fam.
How do you think delineation is going to look like, in your opinion, with us having to delineate to save the culture? How is that going to look in your
eyes? They're going to have to put some respect on our name.
Okay.
They're going to have to stop playing with us, and it's going to really shed light on the things that we invented, the things that we have done, the sacrifices, and the blood that we shed. You know, a lot of people come here and they don't know because they're taught whatever that they're taught, just like a lot of things that we were taught in school. And then we would have to come home and our parents and our grandparents be like, that's a damn lie. That didn't happen. It happened like this. So we had to learn what we learned in school so we could pass the test. But then when we come home, we get corrected. So we know better, but everybody else, you know, they don't know. And sometimes they don't want to know. They're just repeating something that they done heard, and they're already coming over judgmental. When we come in, our arms are open, you know, but then they don't show the same love, and it's kind of tiresome. It's just like, you know what, fuck it.
That's what's up.
That's a fact.
Do you have any platforms that you want to promote, or YouTube channel or anything?
No, I don't be on the internet. I'm just cruising through YouTube. I've been checking y'all out. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Stay in touch with us, man. Make sure you tap in, call in, and we support anything that you create and anything you do, and we appreciate you supporting us.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
All love.
You too.
Salute. You know, I give everybody some hand claps. We got to show love, man. Troy, hit us up, man. And he said, do you all know who's the most sampled artist in hip hop?
James Brown. James Brown, man.
James Brown? It ain't. I don't know.
Who else can it be? The king of... Listen, we got to put some respect on James Brown's name.
Okay.
We don't know how impactful he was. James Brown, he may be, for us, he may be one of the most impactful musicians to ever get on the mic.
Because everybody give Michael Jackson the credit, but Michael Jackson tell you who influenced him, and it was James Brown.
Come on, man. I don't think we give enough respect to James Brown, man, for real. To be honest, I just put a post out on YouTube and I said, man, are we forgetting about giving this man credit?
His flowers.
Yeah, for hip hop, it's crazy to me.
Everybody in the chat going crazy too, talking about James Brown. I was gonna say, oh, Willie Hutch, man. We forget. Hold on. I was gonna say Willie Hutch. What's popping, Troy, man? What's popping, fam?
What? Gentlemen, how you all doing this evening? Delightful evening.
Oh man,
we doing great.
Doing good, man.
Let's talk to us, fam. What's your thoughts on the topics at hand about the FBA, the Foundation of Black America?
Delineation.
Yeah.
We don't own nothing. We don't own a goddamn thing.
Okay.
And as soon as you try to make it on, somebody, I listened to the last show before. And can y'all hear me good? Hear me loud?
Yep, we hear you.
So I listened to the last show, and someone mentioned, I think it's the Water King, a guy over there. I think he mentioned the fact, or someone talked about the fact that once white people decide to make it popular, that's when it becomes the new thing. Like, that's the new thing to do. And I'm tired of that. Because, but see, what happened is, I told Trevor this once before, when black people start to do something, see, we work in cycles. We got fads. 1 minute is hot, then the next minute is not. So by the time we start to like something, we start saying, oh, that's old. Right? Oh, that's old. And we don't like that no more. So we don't rock FUBU no more. We don't rock Carcanai no more. We don't rock none of that stuff no more because it's trash. But as soon as the white culture pick it up, as soon as they start to say, I love this. This is so nice. Next thing you know, it's popping. And then we get mad and say, oh, that's been around, man. They try to take the focus. No, fool. You didn't take advantage of it when you had it.
Now, but is it trash, or is people just not supporting it because it's not the cool no more. Because FUBU wasn't trash, fam.
FUBU wasn't trash. I still got a FUBU jersey. Wasn't trash.
You wear that FUBU jersey, and you rock that FUBU jersey right now, you're gonna get laughed out the park.
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm gonna make it a trend. See, it done came back around.
No, but he right. People look at that, we the common sense ones, but he talking about I
understand what he's saying.
World right now.
I understand exactly what he's saying.
Do y'all know Carca 9 is still popping right now in a different country?
Oh yeah,
I believe that. I believe.
Carca 9 is still around this day. It's just not rocking it over here.
Mm-hmm.
Go pull out a
because he probably done sold it.
FUBU too. Mm-hmm.
FUBU got sold too, but guess what? FUBU got sold to the white people.
Yeah,
a white company bought that.
Well, how can we change that, Troy?
Well, man, you know what, Trevor? We change it by doing this, my friend. You ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You stay consistent and continue to keep it going, and it never fades.
Ooh, hold on.
Have y'all seen the Gucci movie or the movie about the Gucci folks?
Yep, sure did.
At one time, Gucci was a laughing stock.
Yep.
The laughing stock of fashion, bro. And then they decided to stay consistent, stay faithful, and then guess who made them popular, though? The blacks. The blacks made them popular. Gucci belt, Gucci shoes, Gucci this. Oh, they made them popular. Next thing you know, we booming, we popping. So when Trevor asked the question, how you keep it going, and let's back up. Delineation. Y'all know the definition of delineation because y'all so educated. Y'all using big words. Y'all know the definition of it.
Most definitely, my brother.
Yeah, we just researched it, right?
Go ahead and tell us what your thoughts about the delineation.
According to Webster Dictionary, the action of describing or portraying something precisely. The action of indicating the exact position of a border or a boundary. So, look, that's why if you stay consistent with what you're doing, stay consistent on what you believe in, you will never have to worry about someone coming to take something that you already know that you own.
Now, I get what you're saying. No, you're right. Right.
The continent of Africa is the most resourceful place on the planet, right? But what good if you don't know if you don't know what you have, you don't know what you're gonna get rid of. Right? So Trevor and I was talking about, we're from Knoxville. I don't know if anyone else are from Knoxville or from the South of things, but
most definitely not. Ain't no Knoxville, Tennessee is tapping the NFL. But
all right, well let's think about gentrification, right?
Yeah.
We don't get mad about anything until white people start coming to buy it up. We done lived in the same area forever. That land was $5,000. Everything is cheap. We never bought none. And then all of a sudden, one or two white people decide to get together, band together some brothers, and they go buy some land and start putting new stuff over there. Then we start saying, they taking our stuff. But we always had it. We just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm kind of disgusted with the real estate things that I know now about real estate and people taking all
the land. Stuff that you know now.
Yeah, the stuff that I know now. Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of disgruntled about the baby boomers, the peoples before me that didn't make me aware of what I should have been knowledgeable about. But I see those homes that was for sale back in just 20 years ago that was $5,000.
2008, yeah.
Yeah, $6,000, and now they $170 and $250. And I'm mad at myself for not being knowledgeable about that. But I understand what you're saying, though, fam.
But even if you were to listen right, but the question is, will we would have listened then? We know now because we're older. Yeah. But we were so prideful in what we know. Pride comes before the fall, right? We're so prideful in what we need to know, and we think we know it all. So when your grandmama, someone came and told you, baby, you need to go ahead and get on that. You're like, man, no, you old. You don't know nothing better than we know. Yeah, it's the new stuff. That's old.
Yeah.
We didn't stay consistent in learning, man. So this is my last thing. I'm gonna let y'all go. This one, I'm gonna tell you what I'm tired of, though. God dang it, I'm tired of people coming in, get popping, and then go somewhere else once we done made them pop. Post Malone get on my goddamn nerves. I'm tired of it. I already seen that from the beginning.
Who? Post Malone?
Yeah, Post Malone. Kid Rock.
I see Kid Rock in the street. I'm sliding.
Machine Gun Kelly, any of those guys. Because what happens once they get on and finally make it, then they go do something else somewhere else, and then they forget. But Jelly Roll, prime example. Nothing wrong with Jelly Roll. He found his lane and did what he did. I got that. But the fact is, I remember Jelly Roll when he was rapping in these streets of Nashville.
Yeah, I know.
But see, the thing is, he didn't get on until later on. He had to find his way later, so I'm not mad at him. But Post Malone, though, we knew that boy was here visiting, as Lord Jamar would say. He was visiting from the get-go.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate you tapping in, fam. We done had about 4 or 5 calls. Thank you, fam. I was just hold up, Troy. I'm gonna promote your book. I got it right here in my hand. My boy is the author of this book right here, The Mindset of Successful Thinking. Go check out his platforms, man. The Most Moto. He has a lot of educational conversation on there. Go subscribe to his channel. Put a link in the comment section to your channel, Troy. We appreciate you calling in, fam. Thank you.
Most Moto 365. I appreciate it, Home Skillet.
All love.
Man, I just banned what's the name on accident or press the button. How do you unban somebody? S4.
Yeah, I see you done banned somebody, fam.
Yeah, man, I ain't mean to do that.
Man, you want to smoke like that, fam?
All right, so
water guy banning folk, man.
My bad, whoever that was, S.14. But
call in, Money Green, please. I want to hear your perspective. Put your area code in the comment section and call in, man. And if I don't get the call, I'm gonna call you back because we missed a couple of phone calls while Troy was on. And if y'all want to tap in, man, call back into the show because we want to hear everybody. We want to hear everybody's take, man. For real. I don't know how you do that though, fam. You got to go prior to your phone and go to that comment and fix the ban some kind of way. You know what I mean? Or you got to go into the settings after the show, man. If and number sign, whoever that was, we apologize, fam. We apologize. If you want to continue to see the show, you got to leave Water Guy channel, come to Trevor Jackson TV. So you coming over here until Water Guy get you together, fam. Yeah. Let me read L.A. Hopkins' comment. We change it by buying back those who are like-minded. Everybody is not coming. And I think once we get over trying to bring everybody along and focus on the work, then I think we'll be better. And I agree with you because everybody can't come. You know, something happened this week. And I want to get in. We got a lot of trending topic things. And we got a lot of our elders. We got some clips from our elders, and a lot of people been trying to educate us on this brother, Dr. Claude Anderson. And I got a clip I want to play of Dr. Claude Anderson before we accept the next call. And I want to know both of you guys' perspective on this topic at hand.
Black folks want to integrate, and integrate killed us for a number of reasons. I'll try to get these points in very quickly. One, first of all, integration is nothing but a new modified form of segregation. Only thing now, you've broken your people down to a smaller unit, and you defied the first premise of power, which is you no longer have numerical power. Now you're in little small groups all around large urban areas. That's point one that's going to knock our brains out. Point two is that the white society maintains what we call a racial balance, or what we call a tipping point, which says that I will accept black folk primarily at 0, but I would tolerate them anywhere from up to 5 to 8% of any given population. But the minute they cross that 5 to 8% population, it is no longer integration, it's now invasion, and I must take action against it. So I'll either take my kids out of school, put my house up for sale, move my business to the suburbs, or I will resign from the organization, okay? Because I'm not going to let him get that dominance over me. Third thing that immigration is done for you, it destroyed all your major businesses because they use the highway system to drive expressways right down the center of every black community in this country. Black folks.
Talk to me, Water. I got a take on that though, but you know.
Let me hear your take.
You know, when it comes to what he was talking about integration and how they will let us evolve to a certain percentage. You know, I think about the things that's being promoted to hinder us from evolving. You know what I'm saying? And now we got other races coming in that is populating the country more than us. But the things that we allow in our minds, and I don't want to keep talking about homosexuality and us not wanting to procreate with each other like that on every episode, but it is a factor, fam. And right now our race is decreasing. You know what I'm saying?
We are.
It becomes, what did he say? 8%, more than 8% becomes an invasion.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that just, you know what I'm saying? That's why I played that clip, because we gotta also want to procreate and have more kids, and you know what I'm saying, educate on more kids and stuff, because that's gonna help grow FBAs as a whole, just period. Because it's power in numbers.
Definitely, I agree, man. So yeah, with the I think Martin Luther King, he walked us into that burning fire, like he said. I think he got it together, but if you look at all of our like we were talking about Huey P. Newton, we talking about, we're the only race of people that's going at war, and we don't even know we at war. Like, we don't see nobody else getting the feds or the FBI. Like, we the ones who going through the most, people
scrutinizing.
get burned down, scrutinized. It's like organizations get broke down. It's like we the only ones. So it's kind of like, we got to delineate, man.
That's true. What's your thoughts about that clip, fam? Because I got, hold up.
I mean,
keep going.
He said he broke it down, man. And what I got from it was, if you went over that 8%, you had to make a change. And like you said, even with, the sexuality, like right now, bro, like ain't nobody having no kids. They promote more homosexuality now than I've ever seen in my life. We didn't know what a transgender was when I was in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I turn the movie on and I got to tell my daughter to go in her room, and we watching the same show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that on Netflix too. A lot of men kissing and all of
that. And they're pushing this agenda.
Yeah,
they're pushing
it. Affects us too more than anybody else. When I go to, I see more of our brothers looking like something ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yep. For real. And it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a big problem.
Let me let the caller tap in right quick, y'all. My fault, man.
Can you break that down, sir? The delineate part.
You tapping in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. We appreciate your conversation. What's your take on the conversation at hand?
Yeah, so my take is that I think we forget there's been a targeted campaign against every generation of Black people in this country going back since we got here. And so you can look at any generation of our people, like you can go back to prison industrial complex, you can go back to Jim Crow, you can go back to the time of Reconstruction, enslavement, and anytime we built anything or had anything, we're going to poison your hogs, we're going to poison your cows. My family is from Arkansas. And we went through 2 massacres in my family, 1904, St. Charles, Arkansas, 1920, Maine, Arkansas massacre. One, we were trying to get union rights. The other one, we were trying to get waited on in stores. But this happened in every community. And when we had something, i.e. the lottery system, state took that and they brought in, illegal drugs, let the N-words have their drugs and flooded our communities. And then, like Claude Anderson said, put the highways in and completely decimated the community by changing the traffic patterns. And so it's not a simple thing that they do. Anytime any one of us gets up, name one celebrity that we know who does not get attacked in the media by us and by other people. I can't think of one.
Right.
And I think I'm almost done. I think the positive thing is that when I look at us, every single thing in this country that has been done by us. You can go to Blue Jeans and you can talk about indigo dye. and you can talk about mud cloth.
Yeah.
You can look at the Fulanis, and, you know, my great-grandfather was actually enslaved and born in 1864. Sounds like a long time ago. Wasn't. Was older when he had my grandmother. My grandmother's grandmother was in the Trail of Tears in 1830. It's not been that long ago. But when you think about cowboy culture, you think about fashion, there is no anything in this country without us. Our imprint is on everything. And you forget, you look at Tennessee whiskey, that ain't no Tennessee whiskey. That's Uncle Nearest Green's whiskey.
Right.
Process. You look at Tennessee hot chicken, there's a Black woman who is alive today, and every time I see Tennessee stamped on something, it pisses me off. Because I know that ain't got nothing to do with Tennessee. That's that Black woman's recipe that everybody's eating on.
Yeah.
And so just about everything in this culture, if you look long enough, you're going to find us right there. And so what happens is they stole us. So, you know, they don't have a difficult time stealing everything we've done and crediting themselves for it. You can't even go in a barbershop anymore without seeing everybody got the same Black haircut. Everybody got the same fit. Everybody got, like, we can't have nothing. Look up chitlins. You don't even, I don't eat chitlins, but look up chitlins. We're not even there though. I mean, but we're not even there. I've looked for places where we exist and we don't exist with respect to owning any part of our culture.
I appreciate you. Can I ask you a few questions? And you don't have to rush out the phone. I like that you know your history, you're educated. We popularize things and then they monetize the things. Now, I want to ask you, what do you think, or what do you feel we could do to protect the things that we create and popularize?
I mean, gatekeeping only works to like a small degree, because even with this whole Fat Joe situation, when you talk about gatekeeping, it's always some of us, some handkerchief head Negroes, sitting there saying, no, it's okay, pushing diversity, pushing all of it. But who's pushing any of those things, opening up anything for us?
Yeah.
No, we give it away because we always have somebody in our culture, 1 or 2 or 3 out of 10 or 20, who's always saying, no, because maybe they weren't taught by their family who they come from, but they feel like they have to prove that they're good enough. How can we create everything in this country? And not even mention music, you know, every single form of music around the world darn near has been created by us. And so everywhere you go, it's like, dang, that's us, handshake. I can't look for myself in anything without seeing everything that we've done invade. And it's like, well, dang, can we do anything? No. So when we try to gatekeep, we're going to have to tell those people to shut the F up and like, let him cook, let her cook, because why can't we own any of our stuff? Why can't we have anything that is ours specifically? Even Mael, like even when you start to get into business practices, Black women came up with the honeypot. What did they do? They made it impossible for the Black woman to get in and have her products transported in the proper way. So she had to sell. Same with Mael. They come in, they control these systems, and therefore they make it easier for us to sell because they make it impossible for us to do business, because they can't look at us. They can't stomach us owning anything. They can't stomach us, just like back, you know, when we got here, can't stomach us having a nice dress, can't stomach us having a nice anything. And so as long as they control it, it can be Black led, but it cannot be Black owned.
Right. Gotcha. Listen, you said some big things here. I just got one question for you. We talk a lot on my channel. I talk a lot about the Boule and certain organizations that I feel is incentivized to keep the Black community in a certain space. How do you feel about organizations that's out there to keep us dysfunction? A lot of people, I read somebody in the comment section saying, oh, y'all just, you know, Black people just don't want to take up, you know, ownership for things. But how do you feel about the structure of, like, you know, like the Masons and the sororities and the fraternities? They never really did anything for us. What's your take on that?
I mean, I joined the sorority, so I will say that, disclaimer. And I will say that we all attack whatever. The sororities and fraternities on predominantly white campuses are put in place, I think, to make us have a place to go, a place to exist where we can do us, right? That's why I joined there. And the sororities that I'm in, like most of them do a lot of scholarship and they try. I mean, I can understand how people can have a certain perspective, but when you go into these organizations, you can really see these organizations trying. I mean, there is an element of elitism in these organizations, but we've been trying to prove that we're human since we got here, which we need to stop trying, right? We need, trying to prove that we're as good as. Yeah. But I think that, those organizations to a large degree started and continue for those reasons. And like, you're never alone any place almost on the planet when you're a member. My uncle, who was an older dude who passed away, he was a Mason. We were very proud of that because it took a certain amount of scholarship for him to do that. Right. And so he stepped up, wanted to learn. I had an uncle who was in in Uganda with Idi Amin, working with him, getting monies like millions of dollars. And my uncle helped. Idi Amin gave him millions of dollars to help fund civil rights organizations in this country. We only hear Idi Amin was a terrible person. Yes, there's an element of him that was terrible. And he also said that this organization that my uncle worked with was the only one that was really trying to do things. But it's hard because my uncle has an FBI file. Anytime we do anything, we're chased down and hunted like dogs to keep us from getting into any other higher position, even at work. We all know that we're usually overqualified and we end up training our replacement.
That's facts.
That's the way it is because they don't want to look at us in a position of power because they've been taught. I don't know if how you feel about Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's one of my favorites, but his writings on the first white president, Jim Crow, all of these things inform us about like how these systems are set up. They are set up to keep us in a position that is at their feet. And so, it is insulting for us to have an American Express. It is insulting for us to drive certain cars. It is insulting for us to be in a position of leadership. And so they'll get us fired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They over police us. I tell my kid, you have almost 0%. I live in the Bay. You have almost 0% margin for error, even in the Bay.
Yes.
You got people looking at you, and if you make one mistake, you're pretty much done.
Yeah. Or it's going to take a decade to get back to where you was currently at before you got into whatever situation you got involved in.
Yeah, and then by then you're jaded and you're fat and you're, you've gone through a whole lot of things that your body's not in the same place, your mind. You're in this rebuilding, and so it's this campaign against Black people. We have to first acknowledge that it exists and move in a way where we're moving in that 0% margin for error, and at the same time organize and do what we can. Like for me, look for Black insurance agents, look for Black, like even on a small scale, gas stations, look for Black businesses to buy pastries from. Look like. I just try and do what I can in the Black community in my small and big way. Like, not very big, but,
We appreciate you tapping into our show. If you guys don't have any questions else for her or whatever, I want to say promote any platform that you got, our YouTube channel. We would like to contribute to what you got going on because you sound very educated on history, and I like that.
I am not currently podcasting. I do have a positive Meghan Markle podcast because the attacks on her have been disgusting and ridiculous. I haven't though podcasted because I got so attacked since June. So if I come back on, I will. But if you look even out there now, like she has this new project and she's being shredded for aspiring to join this family. And Queen Charlotte was Black. Like they have Black blood in that family. We know that.
They do. Mm-hmm.
She wasn't the only one, right? But so any targeted campaign against Black people, I try and help stem that tide and ease some of the burden on people who are suffering.
That's what's up. We highly appreciate you tapping into our show. And anytime we go live, we're going to try to do these things often on Sunday to have these educational conversations and try to learn from our people, try to give our perspective on trending topics, on educational topics, on historical topics, and just share information with each other and learn from each other. And we highly appreciate you supporting us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for letting me talk so much. You guys have a nice night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Salute that young lady, man. That lady was kicking game, man. We had about 5-6 callers after she called in, and I'm gonna call y'all back too, man. I seen
Prince Hall was the first Black American civil rights leader. He was also commissioned by George Washington during Revolutionary War against UK. Okay.
Houston, Texas. Answer the phone. 281.
The South. That's what I'm talking about.
We have to tap in one time because we got a lot of.
We had the South out here in a minute. Yeah, we had the West Coast.
Yeah. What's y'all? I want y'all to give y'all thoughts before I bring the caller in, though, on the ladies' conversation.
She was very educational, yo. Like, it's a lot. I got a lot of stuff written down, and she talked about the Jim Crow, the president and all that, she was very educational, and she has a lot of history in her family.
Yeah. Man,
that was amazing.
Yeah, that was an amazing conversation. My fault, guy. That 281 was a jail call. Y'all want me to call him back and put him on the line? I'll pay for it.
Hey, man. I mean,
hey, is he watching? He watching.
Yeah, Let me call him. Let me call the buddy from jail.
He called from a jail line.
He must
hey,
got
man,
some.
we impacting all kind of people.
Well, calls to this number are being screened by Smart Call Blocker. Please say your name after the tone, then press pound.
TJ TV, what's popping?
Please wait a moment while your call is connected.
We got him calling in from federal prison.
Right.
What's up, Tiffany? In. Love to hear from you too. Tiffany's a smart one too. Love to have our woman on point. Booty Max TV, man. What's up with you, dude?
Hello.
Hello.
We just received your call. You tapping into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. Who are we speaking with?
You're speaking with Phyllis Fisher. I was just going through browsing, and I saw your podcast, and I just wanted to make a statement. I am an older person. I am 75 years old.
Okay.
And I remember how this country was before civil rights.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, most of my friends, well, being young, we were sort of like radical. We were for the Panthers. And I remember how the Nation of Islam was very powerful back then. And I read one of their papers, and Elijah Muhammad, he felt that we should be economically equal. And Martin Luther King was for integration. So as time passed, I have seen how integration ended up, and I have seen how our neighbor, or shall I say our community, went down because we had our own businesses.
Okay.
We had our own businesses because we couldn't take in, you couldn't, there was no integration. So you couldn't go to white establishments. So you had your own Black restaurants, your own, what can I say?
Supermarkets.
Airports. Yeah, we had it all.
We had our own stuff. We had our own stuff. We had a lot of Black businesses.
Negro baseball
and let me tell you, yes, we had our own businesses. And also the attitude was different because when we stepped out, you wasn't just representing yourself, you was representing your community. And so things have progressed, I don't think they progressed, I think they have recessed. And now, they made in the 70s, well, everything became casual. People stopped dressing like they used to. And it was more like about me rather than about us. And so I just see this. Look, I saw when the feminist movement came about.
What's your thoughts about the feminist movement? Educate
I'm
us.
not a feminist.
Okay.
Because sometimes I think that they're haters when it comes to the males. Let a man be a man. Stay in your life. That was already established. And so I'm not, and I saw the gay revolution started. Started up there in New York at a club. I saw how can I say it? This, you're feminist, you're gays, all of these little organizations now who have become powerful and who are steering everyone according to their ideologies. I saw all of that come about. And here I am now older and I see, hey, look, this is the end results to all that stuff. And I don't like it.
So you're saying our lineage and our culture decrease over time from integration?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It did. Because once the integration came about, people stopped putting money into the Black community, and now they could go to the white side of town and they could shop, they could go to their doctors and all stuff. They took money out of the Black community and start investing it in the white community.
Right.
So this is what you see, and so you say, okay, y'all say, okay, the hood, but you know how that came about? From the riots in the 60s. And they never rebuilt.
Yep.
They never rebuilt what they tore down. And so that's the reason why you have your hoods, because let me tell you, honey, the Black community, it was on point.
Yeah.
You see, if you go back and you see some of the old photos of how things were then, as compared to how they are now.
I see the way they dress and everything. What time frame would you say that this change occurred? 60s, 70s?
60s into the 70s. Because for one thing, what's his name? LBJ. The only reason why he signed that civil rights bill was even if Kennedy didn't die, because I saw him get assassinated. I saw King get assassinated, and that was an inside job.
Yeah.
And I saw Bobby Kennedy get killed when he was walking through this kitchen at this hotel that he was staying at because he was running for president. So I saw all of that.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to tell you, the government is corrupt. If you don't, you have to be on your P's and Q's, because they will take you out.
They'll take you out.
Now, King, once we got that integration, and he died, he got killed the year that I graduated. He realized that rather than for integration, he should have been going to equal opportunity, as far as the money goes. But when he decided that he was going to protest for that they took him out. And seeing another thing is that I can't understand how the Black community can be so gung-ho on the Democrats. They've always been against us, always. every piece of legislation that had to do with civil rights for us to live better, they always was against that. Always. And the people in my generation and maybe older, well, they have been living on a lie, because it wasn't the Democrats that was for integration. They filibustered 75 days to keep that bill from passing. It was the Republicans, and it was LBJ, because LBJ knew that if he could get that signed, then he would have blacks loyal to the Democratic Party. And that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
We were 55 years in, thinking that the Democrats gave us civil rights. No, they didn't.
Thank
you. It was LBJ, and it was the Republican Party. And they've been living this life for I don't know how long. Now, you got your modern women who can go into college. They're for the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party, has it now to where you have a lot of women in leadership.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah.
That's where they're getting us.
Right. So, that's the reason why, I sit here and I look at that stuff and I say, oh my God, this is crazy.
We need you, but we need you. We need voices like you, because I think women will respect hearing your perspective, because I see exactly what you're talking about with the feminist movement and how that kind of breaks up the family structure of Black America. But it's women that don't see that at all. Like, they just feel like they're fighting for women, instead of fighting for us as a whole.
Right, because let me tell you how slick they were. Okay, so we got integration. And so now they said, okay, well, you know what? Blacks, by you being a minority, you can get jobs and all this other stuff. But do you know what they did? Now they pushed the Black man back, and they promoted their women, white women. So now Black men were basically competing against white women because they were a minority. That's what they say. They were a minority. And so they've been pushing us back ever since, and give these modern Black women a little, boost. They're going off to college and everything, and they think that we're educated and all of this other stuff. They may be educated to enough, and they got a lot of book learning, but common sense they don't have.
Can I stop?
I don't care about a man ruling.
I want to stop for a second, because we highly appreciate you calling into the show. I didn't want to cut you off because you have gave us a lot of knowledge, and I really appreciate this call. And I would love for you to contribute to our show every Sunday, but we have multiple calls calling
all
in.
Right,
we got to keep the show mode. Keep the show.
All right, I understand.
We need more of you, though. I appreciate you so much.
All right, I just want to give thanks to you for giving me a chance to speak.
You're very welcome.
You.
You're very
all
welcome.
right.
All
right. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Some more hand claps. We done missed damn near 15 calls. Somebody calling in with no caller ID, you ain't gonna be able to get through like that, dog. But I see the world's best braider. Put your area code in the comment section, and you're coming right through. I'm gonna call you. Just send your area code, and we'll, you know what I mean? We'll let you tap in. But what's your thoughts, Guy? Start it off, Guy. Tell me what your thoughts of what the lady was just talking about, man.
Yo, she put everything down. You know, she done been through everything, and her knowledge, like her memory, bro, like in your 70s, and you remember all that.
Yeah,
like she told a lot of history.
Yeah,
and what was really going on then, because we don't read that stuff in the books, and a lot of people don't talk about it.
Yeah,
and when they do talk about it, she's verbatim 60s, 70s giving out timelines of what was going on,
experiences and stuff too.
Experiences, right?
Yeah, she laid it down, guy.
You know, being there, assassination of JFK, and then turn around being there for Martin Luther King.
And she told us,
like,
she told us when the transformation changed, late 60s, early 70s. You know what I mean? When we integrated.
Right. Man, I love how she talked about, because see, when you a woman and you speak up on that feminist movement, you a different type of woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
You got a different type of set of morals and principles to you that where, you know, nowadays it's hard to find women, you know, exactly like that. So I was impressed by her understanding that part right there, because you don't see much women talk about it.
That's true, man. I know my mom is watching this show and she's happy right now from that call right there. I know she's happy because she's the same age as that lady. And she talks to me in similar fashion. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated that call. But we got somebody tapping in from Dallas right now. And
make her another co-host. You're right. We need wisdom.
I'm gonna tell you something. I love the people that's tapping in, and we want to hear from the people that came before us to teach us so we can implement the learnings into the world. Let's get to it, man. I'm hyped up. Y'all got me
in federal prison. Yeah, man, she could be in federal prison, but it's all good. You know what I mean?
972. I'm about to call you back. I know that ain't nobody with I know these folks from jail ain't calling us again now.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Right. 75 ain't old.
TJ TV.
No, we got to stop that.
Yes. 75 now. Oh, hold up, buddy. Now 75 now.
But get them on. Man, I appreciate it.
Trying to get them on the phone.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that y'all smash that like button for
tapping
us.
in the Water Guy TV and Trevor. You tapping in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV, and we got Guy Jackson on as a special guest also. What's your perspective on the topics at hand? We'd like to learn from you and hear your thoughts.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it sounds like you got us on speakerphone or you got some headphones on. If you could just put us on your ear so we could hear you clear, we'll be highly appreciative.
No, I don't have the headphones on.
Okay, we can hear you.
No, I just.
We can hear you.
Okay, I just have a question with the FBA.
Okay.
Is FBA now to connect us to the land of America?
No, actually, we in the ground roots right now of setting up the union. So we just, you know, I'm working with a couple people and we just trying to, you know, get everything set up. So it's so very fresh and this is so very new that it's like we don't really have nothing concrete that's gonna separate. So, but we need something that we can kind of give to government officials to let them know we standing together. So that's what we're working on right now is the Union of Foundational Black American Organization.
To me, it makes sense because if you look at it, Elon Musk is an African American.
Right. Yeah.
And we need to separate ourselves from like all the new Black people that's coming in and calling themselves African Americans because they're not like us.
Right.
And we need to separate, you know, not per se separate, but we need to, you know, identify who we are different from them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And then I have another question.
Talk to us.
I want to know why when we was calling ourselves African Americans, all the Africans were saying you're not African. Now that we're foundational Black Americans, they're mad. I want to know, I'm trying to figure out why they mad.
That's a good question that I may not have an answer for. Do y'all guys got an answer for that?
What was that question?
Say it again, please.
I said, when we was calling ourselves African Americans,
mm-hmm.
the Africans were saying you're not African because you don't have our culture,
you don't know where you come from, you're not African. But now that we're saying foundational Black Americans, it's like everybody's mad. Like the Africans are mad. Now they're like, yes, you are African.
Yeah, because Jesse Jackson gave us that title, and I think that, you know, he had some influence to whatever, you know, in the system probably wanted him to go that route. I don't know. I don't know if he just made it up out of his head, but it seemed like it was a name that corporate wanted us to have. It didn't seem like it come from us. You know what I mean?
I feel it was made to put us not here on this land at another land.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why they're mad that we're foundational now.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
I think that when you say that too, it's like, who owes reparations to those people that identified as African Americans? Africans or the American culture? Do the Africans, because they the ones that reap the reward for letting us go to America? Didn't they sell us, or didn't they obtain anything for letting us go? That's what you know what I'm saying? Who owes the people that's perceived as African Americans reparations?
Yeah, and that's why I feel like they wanted to put the African on us to put us in Africa. But when we say foundation, foundational Black Americans, and take the African off, that put us here on this land, no doubt.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and I love it. I'm here for it. FBA all the way.
Thank you for calling
all
in.
Right,
Thank you for calling into the show. Do you got a platform you want to promote? Or a YouTube channel?
No, but I do have one more thing for y'all. If y'all look on Fat Joe's biography, he's literally on there saying that hip hop is Black music. So that's the end of that.
Okay, that's what's
I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna definitely put that out.
We're gonna get to him too. We're gonna get to him too.
Yes, it's on his biography. You can go look on my page. I put it on there too.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely leave a link to your page.
Leave a link to your page in the comment section, please.
Listen, I am like with the hip hop when it came out. I'm like 50 something. I'm not do no links.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
Hey, if anybody, once y'all get on, y'all can tell us businesses to support. We need to, you know, we need to get in alignment of who we supporting. You know what I mean? So if y'all know of something, even if you don't have something, give us something that we all can relate to, that where we all can start supporting the same causes. Okay?
That's true. That's important, Rob.
Yeah.
That's really important, because that's why I ask after every call.
Yeah.
How can we tap in with you? What's your YouTube channel? What's your Instagram email address? Put your link in the comment section, because we want to make this, like, if you don't contribute to it, we can't make it right. We need you. We don't want you. We need you to contribute and be a part of it, because we ain't just trying to talk, man. We really trying to put it together and make it a team effort thing, though, man. But finish your thoughts, Rob. I apologize.
Finish my thoughts. Yeah. Man, that's all I was saying, man. I want everybody to know when you come on, if you can have something that's gonna kind of link us, you know, where you can give shots out to a business or something that we don't know about, because these people got a lot of knowledge, and I want them just to get all of it out so we know what it is. We put it on paper and we can move from there.
Now let's stay on FBA business, because, you know, we are both men that has we households, married men with families and everything, and we love our queens and all of that. And I want to play a clip about the importance of a two-parent household, because I put this clip together from Thomas Sowell, and I think it's interesting and it's educational, and I want to know the people's thoughts about this in the comment section. I see my boy Guy gone. I hope his phone or his computer didn't die though. But salute the guy, man. Y'all go subscribe to his channel also. It's called The Guy Jackson Podcast. Thank you for tapping in, my brother. And I want to play this clip, and we're gonna talk about this though, Rob.
Children were being raised in two-parent families in 1960. 30 years after the liberal welfare state, the great majority of Black children were being raised by single parents.
Yes.
How does that? By the way, we should note, that Patrick Moynihan publishes the Moynihan Report in 1965.
Yes.
And he's alarmed because the illegitimacy rate among black families is 25% then. Now, among whites, it's over a third.
Yes.
Hispanics, it's over half. And among African Americans, it's over 70%. What's going on there?
Well, this is, again, this too, you find the same thing in Britain. You find it in France and Norway. You find it in the Western world. In fact,
the dissolution of the family structure.
Oh, yeah. There are any number of Western nations where 40% of the children are raised with only one parent.
Right.
At the extremes, compared to Asian countries, at the extremes, Iceland, it's 2 out of 3 children born are raised in a single-parent home. In South Korea, it's 1 out of 66.
Wow. Wow. And so, that's the welfare state?
Yes,
it is.
Oh, you're paying. You're creating a situation where if the first of all, you're creating a situation where if the man stays there, the government will not give the woman welfare, and if he leaves, it will. And so they're paying. When you pay people not to get married, more people don't get married.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
1 out of 66. He said, when you paying people to not get married, they don't get married. That's
deep, fam.
You know, I wasn't raised in a 2-parent household, fam. I had my mother and I had my grandmother. That's the household I was raised in. And I feel like it's so important to have the man in the house, because one thing that I dealt with as a young boy, because we get ready, you know, this is leading into something real good right now, what I'm about to talk about, and I want to get your take too. As a young boy, I had to learn how to control my feelings and emotions, because without the father in the house, I think a young boy rages and he leads with feelings and emotion instead of logic, because he's in a house with women. Not saying that women aren't logical, but I'm just saying I had to learn to remove feelings and emotions and react on logic to be able to further and better my life. What's your thoughts about that, though, Rob? Because we're going to talk about the Fred Curleys and the Ice-T situation, how they interacted with the police with feelings and emotions and stuff after this, though, fam.
Yeah, man. So my take on it is that, yeah, I think the 2-parent household is important. And I grew up in a 2-parent household. My father and my mother was there. They were married for 47, 48 years. And the difference I see with me and some guys that I grew up with is they're more emotional than me. And they look at me, and when they talk to me, be like, man, like, I don't know how you can just be not as emotional, you know, and they always, so that's something that I noticed growing up from men. Our men is over emotional, and that causes problems. When men get emotional and they get upset and things happen, it becomes problems.
Yeah, they react with feelings and stuff, man. We gotta hold on. Let me get the caller in, man. They tapping in from. Hold on. I think this South Cac, but we got a few people tapping in. You watching Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV? What's popping? What's your perspective on the topic?
Watching Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping?
You got us on speakerphone, or you got your TV still on in the background watching the show? Could you please turn it?
Appreciate you tapping in.
All right, I'm from Detroit.
Salute.
I've lived in I see it, that's a 202 DC. Went to Howard down there for grad school. I'm now down in the DR. I've been down here for 6 years.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah. And like the lady and the other gentleman, I think you've had like 2 or 3 gentlemen on, people on that experienced, you know, the riots, that kind of thing. I was a young boy during the riots, so I've seen it all. My mother was friends with, went to high school with Malcolm X's wife. She was interviewed for the one of her books. My cousin was Claude Anderson.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I created a nonprofit for economic development for Blacks. It was used and implemented in a different form. And so, I mean, if it were taken and implemented around the country, and by the way, I worked in presidential politics for Bush 41. Reason I became a Republican was because they took when I was growing up, it became a policy that if you wanted to get any type of government assistance, the male couldn't be in the household. And that was one of the things that really, I believe, caused the problem that we're in right now, where the man is not in the household. So that was one of the primary reasons that I became a Republican, because that was a Democrat policy that did that. So when I got into, after I finished law school, I went into Republican actually, I went into my congressman's office, didn't like what I saw, and went over and became a Republican after law school. So my main point about this right now is you want to know how you implement or you improve economics in the city, in the urban areas. You do something like agriculture. You have the farm bureaus. The farm bureaus are, and it's a political setup where it's in every state that you have agriculture. I worked on an agriculture coalition. And let me tell you this story before I finish this. I worked for a guy, and the reason I was chosen to be on paid staff was because I was one of two Blacks in the room, and I was chosen because the assistant secretary, former assistant secretary, who was an executive with an agriculture company, had gone to Howard. He was friends. He was roommates with Mike Espy. Mike Espy became the first Black secretary under Clinton. So I was chosen to go on staff because of him and because I had gone to Howard. So I worked in the Agriculture Coalition, and I saw how the Farm Bureau, the Agriculture Coalition was set up. So in every state where there is agriculture, at that point, 29 states were heavy into agriculture. They broke it down into state and into county. And every one of those counties had a representative. And then with every one of those counties, then you have people that are interfacing with the government. And that very same thing needs to happen with urban areas. So you break it down and you say these are the urban areas, these are the economic cores. And you have representatives that then interface with your federal, your state, city, and federal government agencies. And I'll stop there. Okay. But I mean, that's at the core. So I have reached out to Ice Cube. Okay. Because I looked at Ice Cube's thing, and Ice Cube was skewered because he talked to Trump the first time. Yeah. And that's a problem that we have in the community. Anytime somebody is not running with the gang and they try to do something new, then they're blackballed. And Ice Cube got a lot of blowback because he tried to reach out to both sides, but it was Trump that took his call and he got to talk with. But Ice Cube's, he's got this economic plan. My plan, I implemented my plan. My plan was implemented.
How do we find your plan? Do you have how can we connect with you and continue further the conversation? because that's what we into. I done took notes of I take notes of people conversation. I heard you talk about the Farm Bureau, the Agriculture Coalition, and how we can implement those things in helping the economic of the FBAs grow. And I'm interested in being able to communicate with you more, and you tapping into our show more and helping us evolve.
Yeah, even behind the scenes, because you seem like you, Dr. Claude Anderson's cousin, you somebody we definitely need to be tapped into. You know,
you let me know how. You tell me how I can. Let me because it's 12:30 at night here in.
This number that you called me from is my personal number. So after the show is off, call, text, and let us know. I'm not running from anything. I'm here for it.
Okay, let me say this too. I have family that was in the Boule, and I think people really don't understand. They throw that out, and it's some type of a boogeyman. It's not a boogeyman.
Okay.
The people that are in there, they're powerful individuals, but they're out there doing just like the young lady from Texas said. You know, she joined a sorority because it was a place for her to go on a primarily white institution on the campus. The organizations, the sorority that she was in helps. I know these organizations help, but when you get online and you talk about this individual, this entertainer over here is Boule, and I forget what other terms they have no clue of what they're talking about. They don't understand, and they don't even know how the organization is set up. So, I mean, an organization like that, like the Alphas, like the Kappas, they can be used they can improve. Let me say that. They can improve their participation in this. And I'll finish with my take on the FBAs. I'm with the older lady that was in her 70s and the younger one that just called in and said, it gives us a specific acknowledgement. So that now you can't say I'm African, because I'm down here in the DR. I know how this I know how this stuff is played, right? Where people want to say, even on the American tip, right? Well, we're all in America. No, there's only one country in the world that has America in its name. That's why we can call ourselves American. Don't try to say we're all American because it's North, South, and Central America. You all aren't American. You're Mexican, you're Jamaican, you're Puerto Rican, you're Dominican. You're not American. So don't try to water down what we're trying to do. Foundation, and even what I don't necessarily agree with everything maybe Tariq Nasheed has said, but what is in that definition and what ADOS stands for is specific to what we have gone through in this country. My family has shed some of that blood because both sides of my family are from South Carolina. Claude Anderson's and that family came from South Carolina. So we're all throughout the Carolinas. You know what I mean? So anyway, I will send you a text probably tomorrow.
Thank you.
And we can tap in and see if we can't
Set something up. Yep, get some knowledge from you. Get those documents and see if we can put that in play with FBA. Man, I appreciate you for real.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys because I mean this is a sensible dialogue.
Yeah.
So I appreciate what you guys are doing tonight, and I just happened on your stream. I've been on some nonsensical streams, but this right here is educational.
Thank you so much for tapping in. The beauty in our show also is that we want to learn. We want to learn.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
Thank you for tapping into the show.
Right,
we really appreciate you.
All right, take care.
Hey, buddy, we got, when he hit me up, I'm gonna hit you back with the information and share it with you so you can tap in with him, fam. And I like this conversation because we was before he called in to. No, tell me your thoughts of his call first.
Man, we getting bigger, man. We touching in the clock, and next thing you know, we're gonna be speaking. I heard somebody in the chat was saying, "Are you guys tapped in with Tariq Nasheed?" And it just seemed like we are getting a bigger name, and more people are tapping in with us. 75-year-old Claude Anderson's cousin. I just think that this momentum is getting big, and we got to keep getting the support. We appreciate everybody for supporting it.
Most definitely. I think that Tariq won't have no choice but to tap in eventually, fam, because we'll be over here on the East Coast making waves, and I'm in the Carolinas, you in the Florida, and we're making waves, and we ain't looking. I don't know. Well, I ain't saying we ain't looking, but I would look forward to have a conversation with Tariq Nasheed. But like I said in the last 3 streams, it's up to us. That's the main thing. That the type of time I'm on, it's up to us, fam. FBAs is the heroes of the world. Salute Warren Getty. But before he called in, hold up. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody calls. Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody calls. Let's tap in with Myrtle Beach, fam. Before we finish. Let's tap in with Myrtle Beach. I like that South Cat.
For sure.
854, answer the phone, please. I'm calling you back. You tapping in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping, South Carolina? What's good?
First of all, I want to congratulate you guys on a really solid show. You guys are doing a phenomenal job.
Thank you, sir.
Oh man, salute to you. I appreciate you.
I wanted to share something because I saw the video that was just played in reference to Thomas Sowell, and I wanted to share something with you guys.
Okay.
The Monahan report. How many of you guys know about the Monahan report?
Educate me on
Don't
it.
know.
We ain't capping. I just want to know. Educate us on
Yes,
it.
Yes, sir. The Patrick Monahan report that he made a reference to, I found this document to be a historical. It's a historical marker on why the African American family is in the condition that it's in. Okay. Because it, as the previous caller talked about, the Lyndon B. Johnson administration had policies that penalized the African American family by removing the male from the household in order to provide stability. That's where it started. And I wanted to share a more recent contemporary situation it had. And I will be very brief and respectful to the other people that want to get in. One of my heroes, I'm originally from Atlanta. One of my heroes, obviously, the struggle that Dr. King shared, but also Malcolm X. And if we look at some of the writings of Malcolm X, he constantly warned us of the white liberal. Would you all agree with that?
Yes, he definitely did.
Yeah.
Yes.
He talked about that, right? I've seen the power of the white liberal myself. I've recently completed a doctoral program at one of the finest universities in the country. I had a very tragic experience where I had a professor who did not like my findings on the Patrick Monahan report. At that particular time, I was and still am a teacher. And one of my premises is that in order for the African American community, we need more men like you guys. We need more men in the schools. And I cited that African American men make up about less than 2% of teachers in America. And I used my own personal positionality. And I also cited the Monahan report, talking about the dangers that he talked about. Well, my professor, knowing that I was very serious, I had all my citations, I did everything in order to make this claim. I had a professor, a white woman, who informed me that if I wanted to pass her class, I needed to change my premise.
Oh my God, that's dirty.
And that That is what we call in the intellectual world. That's called academic bullying. Are you guys familiar with that term?
I am. Academic bullying. Yeah. Go ahead and
yes, sir.
keep educating us. I appreciate this call, man. Patrick Monahan report.
Number one, you have to do your research and you have to read that document. It is a profound document about how the Democratic Party, number one, did an incredibly evil plot to destroy the African American family, and they were successful in doing that.
Yeah.
I actually cited that report by saying that America, in order for our educational system to improve, we need to recruit. We need to go after African American males to be in the classroom, because that's the front line of a new generation of young people.
Mm-hmm.
As a result of writing this particular paper, and that's what we do at the collegiate level, I had a professor who basically challenged my thoughts, challenged my my intelligence by saying that until I changed my premise, because she was not a fan of Patrick Monahan. She did not like it. And that practice, guys, really, really did a number on me.
I bet it did. Because
it did a number.
My fault. Go ahead. Keep going. I apologize.
I was just going to say, sir, that this is what Malcolm warned us about. He warned us about the being aware of the white liberal, because they are sheep. They are wolves in sheep clothing. In terms of me changing my positionality, I'm on the front lines. At that particular time, I worked in Baltimore County public schools, and we need African American men in the schools. We do. We need them, and I had the proof of that. But yet she told me that, hey, if you want to pass her class, you got to change your premise.
That's
a tough spot to be in as a scholar trying to make a difference in the community. So when I saw that report, and I saw that, it really hit a nerve with me, because I said I want someone else to know this is what Brother Malcolm was talking about.
Yeah, that's true. We appreciate you calling in and
Definitely.
informing us about the Patrick. What is it again?
Patrick Monahan
report, and your experience on that report. I'm going to go. Where can I purchase that at?
You can go onto Google and you will see that document come up. It's a pretty famous social policy.
Yeah.
But you understand just how the Lyndon B. Johnson administration did an incredible disservice to the African American community.
Yeah. And we want to know, how can we contact you and communicate with you and stay in touch with you and keep the conversation going and figure this thing out so we can evolve our people and support our people. And I would like to get the report and see your, consensus of the report, of what you thought about it also. Or have you come on the show and talk to us about it after we read it? We can talk about it together. Yeah.
I tell you what, if you schedule that and you put that part on, I would love to come on and talk about it. I'm in the middle of some incredible activities that I'm working on right now. But I think that report itself is single-handedly one of the most damaging and crippling effects on the African American community, because it is primarily responsible for a lot of the things that you see today. But yet, as that other brilliant caller said, no one talks about it, because that's what the old heads used to talk about. But you guys, the younger generation, you guys got to have that ammo when you're talking to people and being able to cite that, because that's how we make change.
Thank you. This is my
this
is my personal number. Leave all the information I need to be able to contact you, because we're going to read that report and we're going to reach out to you, sir. And we appreciate you for calling in.
I appreciate you taking my call. And again, congratulations on you guys doing an excellent job.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
You too.
All right. Thank you. Salute to the brother, man. Salute to the brother, man. What's good, Rob, man?
Hey, man, we got a great show, man. This was awesome, man. The 75-year-old lady, everybody giving us some game.
Yeah.
I mean, man, this is a lot to digest, you know. I'm gonna do some writing tonight and put some of this stuff down. But yeah,
I got a lot of notes, fam, over here. My thing is full of notes right now. My little, you know what I mean, my little stickies right now, because you know I appreciate the elders calling in and informing the youth, informing us also. And I just want to know more and more and more, man. And I'm ready to get to it, fam.
Yeah. I appreciate Claude Anderson, cousin, man. We getting some financial guys. We linked in, man. We all we got. We should be able to handle everything we need to handle right now. We got the knowledge. We got the elders looking out for us, giving us the information. I just feel like it's no excuse, man, for us to get together and start making things happen.
Yeah, they spelled it right for me. The Monahan report. I didn't spell it right like that. Thank you, L.A. Hopkins. Salute to you, big dog. OG Lace, what's popping, man? Your name your name a little crazy, fam, to be on YouTube with that type.
Hey, listen, man.
Salute to you though, man, and thank you for checking us out. Hey, you covered the Fred Curley thing, fam. That's where I was trying to get to before the callers called in.
Right. Fred Curley in Miami Beach.
I was talking about before he called in too. I was raised in a single parent household. You was raised in a 2-parent household. I was talking about how I had to learn how to control my feelings and emotions and all of that. And I was trying to lead it to this point to, police interactions in our community and how we can learn from each other and learn how to react when we enter into interaction with the police. And this is I may be wrong in my take, and some people can educate me in my take, but I want to know what people thoughts is about this interaction. I'm gonna play Fred Curley's first, and then we're gonna get the Ice T's. Or which one you want me to play first, fam?
You could play Curly's. Curly's was more dramatic, had more, funking. I mean, Ice T was just him running his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's get to it then.
That's the moment an Olympic medalist was tased by Miami Beach officers.
Stop!
It's sprinter Frederick Curley, who recently took home the bronze during the 2024 Games in Paris and won silver in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. The department releasing this body cam footage from the Thursday night incident in the 100 block of 9th Street. You can see the 29-year-old speaking to officers who allege the athlete approached in an aggressive demeanor over concerns about his vehicle. Curley, said to have been told to go around, continued to argue with officers. An officer ultimately raising his right arm to create distance when this moment erupts into chaos. Multiple officers eventually get him to the ground. An officer seen hitting the 29-year-old multiple times as he appears to resist arrest, ultimately tasing the Olympian.
Stop! Stand up!
Mr. Curley is present.
Curley was eventually arrested, appearing in bond court Friday afternoon, charged with battery on an officer, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct.
Now, I know that area he was at, right?
Okay.
Me and my friends got in a lot of trouble in that area. That area is not, it's very, I can say they don't like black people over to that area. And if you from where we from, we don't even go over there anymore. It used to be a big thing with Memorial Weekend where we used to go hang out on Miami Beach. But now, just the pressure the police is giving, people who really from South Florida, that's not even the spots that they go to. That's more of a tourist where all of the tourists go where you're not from South Florida. You get what I'm saying? So it's definitely racist out there as far as the police,
Us being from the South, we have experienced a lot of racism with the police. I don't know where the brother Curley is from though, but arguing and combating with the police is not a winning game, man. Like I'm starting to get to the point where I don't understand it no more. I know the police are wrong in how they react, but I just don't understand the combativeness, fam, and the arguing no more. I don't understand it no more. Why we do that? Is it from past history? Is it from trauma? Is it from, you know what I'm saying, rejection to authority? Or why do we always have to combat?
Fam, I feel like some of our guys just feel like, you know, they already don't like the police. I fall for that too. I already got a in my mind, I have a negative, you know, insight about the police. It's just, you know, how I'm wired. You know, it's not really like negative. It's just like I don't feel I'm on my P's and Q's anytime I have to deal with them. So from my experience, a lot of guys just feel like they don't like the police. They don't mind getting into altercations with the police. They just don't feel like the police has ever been there to help them as a people. So it's like it's deep rooted to where it's like, I know some brothers, man, like if they get into actions with the police, they already, you know, if it's tensions there, they gonna push it there, you know. So I just think it's stuck there. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's so much trauma, like you saying, and so much stuff that I know it's brothers that ain't gonna never change. I know them and they finna be going at it with the police till they gone. It ain't nothing changing about that. You know what I'm saying?
See me, I'm a Tennessee man, and if I take it there, I'm gonna go on and crash out.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna crash all the way. I'm not saying that this is what I'm gonna do, but I'm just speaking of I'm gonna either act accordingly to get it over with as fast as possible because I got a life going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I got things I gotta get back to. I got a family I gotta provide for. I keep that in my mind first, fam. So either I'm gonna crash all the way out, or I'm gonna just act accordingly, fam, because you know I come from the streets, the roughest, toughest streets in East Tennessee. And every time a person combated with the police, they lost. They took a L. They never won. They made the thing worse than it actually was. And I don't understand it no more because we see the results. I've been seeing the results for 44 years. I just don't.
Got you. But think about it like this. I like what Chantel said in the chat. She said, but what about the dude who was handcuffed and got killed? So you got to think about it like this, bro. If you feel tension, right, you got two things you could do. You can lay down and possibly you can get done like old boy to where you're an innocent victim. You get what I mean? I mean, you innocent. You didn't do anything, but it's just ritual. So I don't know, fam. I can't, you know,
Damn, I didn't see that, Rob. Who got handcuffed and got killed? Like I didn't see that.
Man, I put it on my channel, man. You got to check that out. So the brother Robert, I think his name was Robert, think of his last name, but we definitely got to push for him. But he was in prison and the police guards killed him while they was in prison. I did a video on it about that. Yeah.
Fam, I'm like, my uncle was I said it on the last podcast. My uncle was the first sergeant in Knoxville, Tennessee, black sergeant. Man, I'm a grown man. These cops, 75% of them are 33 and 25. You know, one thing that we standing on FBA business. One thing I learned as a leader at the company I work for, you know what I'm saying, as a podcaster, as a person that's created rap music, is we have to learn to be able to communicate with all cultures.
Definitely. With this FBA, we got to be like, we have to have some allies. Definitely. We got to be able to understand how to move and you know, do business with other cultures. Definitely.
It's mandatory, fam. It's necessary that we have to learn how to be able to deal with all cultures. It's just that some people can have a conversation with certain people. And I learned that when I moved to a city that has more black people to it, because what's the percentage of the racial you know what I'm saying, thing
where I'm at in Florida?
Yeah.
I think it's 30 to 70. It's closer to 30% black and then it's 70% white.
Yeah, you know, that's decent for black people, 30%, because it's decent. It's not that much though, but I learned, this is what I'm trying to get to, Rob. I'm sorry I'm taking the long way around, but I'm a little, you know, I'll be sipping the wine while we be podcasting. It's kicking in now. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where I was born at. It's like 85% white, fam. You know what I'm saying? And 10% black, and then it's the rest is other ethnicities or whatever. So when I think about like dealing with other races, I was forced to learn how to deal with Caucasian people. So when I moved to a city that was mostly black, Charlotte, North Carolina, the makeup is like 45-50% black people. I started looking at it like, dang, most of my brothers and stuff don't even know how to interact with white people around here because they didn't have to. But I don't know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, take it too deep, but it's just an interesting, you know what I mean, conversation. And Tip, you can call in whenever you want to call in, Tip. Let us know your area code in the comment section, and you can call in and discuss.
Or you could put in that, you could put in the link for the chat. He want to show, you know.
Yeah, show your face. The link. We got the link at the top of the live chat also. Yeah, but you know, I got a little passionate about it.
Dwayne said you guys are a joke. What? What's up with Dwayne, bro? We got to boot him out.
He can get booted. You know, we ain't tripping about nobody at the end of the day. If
Dwayne, what you on, man? What you trying to like? You guys are a joke.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. You want to get to the iced tea situation before a caller into the show?
Yeah, real quick.
Go on to get to the iced tea and see what he was on, man.
Paperwork here. No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me. I'm not a me. You are out. Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV? I'm going to tow your vehicle. No, you're not. You're not going to tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here. You're not going to move your car, sir. You give me the keys right now, and I'm going to tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm going to respect you the same way. Well, then let me. You see I'm going to. No, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. So give me the keys right now. You're going to go that route. I asked you, can I park my car? I said not. Give me your keys, sir. If I'm not under arrest, then I'm getting out of my car. Give me my paperwork here. No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This I'm a foot away from the DMV. You are. I'm not a me. You are out. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording. You're dumb. Survive 6 and from another unit. So what happened, Sarge? What's up, Sarge? Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you? I'm trying to get to DMV to register my car. Okay. I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, can I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there and get all my paperwork together? He says he wants to tow my car. All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay? Okay. Right. So a little too much. Okay. So what I was going to do is, he issued me a ticket, let me park here. Okay. He jumped on the vehicle, he didn't ask me. He came so close to me. And he said, he called me. He said, give me all the paperwork right now. And everything's been recorded. And your vehicle's been towed. And you're using a ticket. For right now, tactical purposes. I did, yeah, I did. Okay. So I know he's gonna come with me, or okay. So they know that you're not gonna get the toll, and that yeah, I'm living right now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know if I told you, but everything's being recorded on the body cameras. So okay. So as far as Sergeant, we're not gonna tow your vehicle. You're receiving summonses. These are keys. These are paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me. You're receiving a ticket for no front plates. Where's all the other paperwork? It's in there.
Everything okay? It's in the vehicle. We have no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to clean that up too. Florida is 16% black. And yeah, 16% of it is black. So just to straighten that up, I said 30. That's only in the town that I was from in. That's 30 to 70. So
okay. That's what I thought you was talking about, the town. I thought it was
okay. Yeah.
Talking about the state, because I know the state ain't 30. I'm in a town in North Carolina that's like 45, 49 in Charlotte, but North Carolina is not in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I got to do my research.
Right.
But let's talk about that though, fam. What do you think? How did Ice-T handle that? Or because he's an older gentleman. I know Fred Curley was a young man, but Ice-T is an older gentleman, and he got a little disgruntled.
Yeah, I think it's the street guys. You know, me coming up, you know, we both was in the street, so we understand that when you in the streets, it's kind of like the police is the ops, really, you know. So you already in the mentality is like, hey man, y'all are the enemy, y'all going against me, and you already had that attitude towards them, whatever you come up to, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up. We got a caller calling in, and I want to bring him on into the show, man. We appreciate you for calling in. This Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping, fam? Where you calling from, and what's your name, my brother?
Yeah. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Salute.
Not too far from my man with the head on.
Salute, homie.
But yeah, like for the most part, you know what I mean? I'm new to y'all podcast and shit, but ain't too much like he really hit me wrong other than like the jump my man was saying about like the police and our reaction. Like,
educate us, give us some game on that, though, fam.
I'm just saying, oppression make a wise man mad. So it's like you never supposed to lay down. And this is where you get white people who say shit like, "Oh, I die over this land with my gun in my cold hands" and shit like that. Like, motherfuckers gonna stand the people in the down. Sometimes we gotta down that shit. We gotta stand on certain hills. We gotta have mortars. We gotta have people who gonna die and be a representation of the right thing. As Black Americans, we always is like the representation of the right thing. So I don't think that's gonna never really change as long as you got the oppression part going on. So if you can't fix the oppression part with the police going on, because we can see, like I just said in the chat, I work in Asheville in the mountains with the whole hurricane and all that.
Salute.
So you see, like, you know, a lot of them up there happy to get help up there. But then you get up in the deep mountains, I'm out there moving. I'm moving a power pole probably 3-4 footballs length away from a man's house. I hear a shotgun shot go off. We thinking it's like somebody just hunting. Come back out there a couple of days later, the other guys who was out there, I was working with the AT&T guys, like, yeah, you know, they were shooting at us. We had to call the police. God dang, the police had to escort us up there. They talked to them for a second, and then we left.
Yeah.
Like, you think that's the situation with us? We know it's not. So unless we're going to talk about the way situations are handled, the way, like, my 16-year-old son would be demonized on the news when another 16-year-old, whatever race, would be looked at about his background and how good of a kid he is, things of that. Like, if we're not going to talk about the real fixing of the issues, then and just look at ourselves that's reacting to the oppression, then we in the wrong topic. And I want people that's with me on the fight. Like, I might be the one to die standing on the right heel. I don't want my man with the head on saying, oh, yeah, even though we know the police ain't have no right to bother that man, he shouldn't have reacted. No, because you don't say that when the European react. You don't say that when the Chinese man cuss him out and say, get the fuck off my property.
Can I stop you for a second? I ain't trying to combat what you're saying, fam, and I want to learn from you, first of all. So Ice-T not having a bad driver's license and his tags out of date wasn't a reason to be stopped. Or the buddy, you know, if you gonna react, they gonna react, fam. If you in the wrong, you got to stand down. That's how I feel. I might be wrong, but if I'm in the wrong and I ain't gonna stand down, I'm gonna crash out. That's basically all I was saying.
But like what I'm saying is, I'm not saying be a dummy. Like I just said, I'm a 17-year-old son. So of course I'm not gonna tell my son to try to ignite a situation.
Right.
But at the same time, you have something called 10 toes that we all as men talk about. We
All the
respect,
time.
like we stand on. So you can't be in a situation where you're not wrong and can't stand on certain principles. You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna lay down, if you're gonna lay down in all these situations because, hey, I know they got the power, then where would we be at today?
Exactly.
You know how many buildings got burnt up in the civil rights for us to get the little rights that we got today?
Yeah,
like niggas had to do shit. Like I'm from Greensboro. You can look up the city in, like the civil rights city in. I know everybody knows about that. That's like in my city. That's North Carolina A&T.
To be honest with you, I'm rocking with you, fam. We might disagree on some points, but I'm from East Tennessee and I'm living in Charlotte right now. I'm rocking with everything that you're saying. I'm rocking with you.
Yeah.
And I feel it, bro. Like I said, I'm rocking with the podcast. My only thing is, at some point in time, I'm not saying these situations that we directly talking about right now, because I don't really even know the Ice-T situation like that. And I feel what happened to Fred Curley, but just in general, like we are living behind enemy lines. So if we not going to directly talk about the issues of living behind enemy lines, and we're going to talk about our reaction to it, then I just feel like
it don't make sense. I'm with him.
I agree with that.
I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000, man.
Talk to us about being behind enemy lines, though. Y'all. Give us some game on that. Educate me, fam.
Okay, well, once again, like I said, I'm in Greensboro. But my mama's side of the family originally is from Marion, Alabama, little town, 2 stoplights in Alabama. Her father moved her up here in his, I want to say he was in his 40s, 50s, like either late 40s, early 50s. But Greensboro police killed my grandfather unarmed. You get what I'm saying? And the highway where he was killed at is named after the sheriff or the officer that did the killing. So it's like, not saying that I'm going to see a police officer, he stopped me for the wrong reason, I'm going to crash out neither. But what I am saying is, you got too many situations with us unarmed and getting killed by these people for us not to have to stand up at certain points. It's like it's like, you know, it's a war. So some things got to be fought with the mind. Some shit got to be fought physically. Sometimes there's gonna be some physical casualties, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
I don't see how we can live behind enemy lines and not have physical casualties. Because we think the enemy gonna just start being nice one day.
Right. It don't work like that. Right. I'm backing you 1,000, man. Because
I just don't get it. All I see is fight. Like that's why I think. That's why we create the way we create. That's why we make our genres the way we make it. We take the last out of the food, the worst out of the goddamn leftovers. We just make the best out of the worst situations, bro.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we do that. If we do that in every other aspect, then when we take that same conversation to these police situations and court situations, it's like the same thing. You got to fight these motherfuckers, and you might die on them heels. You might be innocent, and you might have to take that shit to trial and die on that heel.
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe you get out 30 years later on some shit. Maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't.
But somebody got to be willing to stop and fight, bro. We always teach our sons, bro, stick their chins up and fight the bully back. We don't care how big, how that shit is that not a life principle?
Yeah, that's a life principle.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that go to us too then.
Yeah. I'm with you because we got a lot of soldiers that's dying for nothing. You get what I'm saying? We got a lot of
y'all soldier class is dying crazy. I got my RP, my little brother and best friend. They got killed a month apart. Like,
right.
Like my city ain't. You know, this shit is. I look at my youngest and pray for them nightly too. You know what I mean? Like it's hard out here, bro. So that's what I'm saying. So for somebody to be in them kind of situations dealing with crabs in a bucket mode where you got to watch your own, then you living behind enemy lines where you always the target even when you're doing the right thing. Because if you really want to be honest, when I see most of the people who get killed by the police, it be the law-abiding citizens niggas. It's not the illegal niggas. It's not the street niggas.
Street dudes ain't even getting caught up in that. They on high-speed chases and running.
Most street dudes, you know how it is, nigga. They taking off running, and when they get caught, they laying down. Like,
right.
But it be your Philando Castiles. Rest in peace. It be Philando Castiles, our legal gun totals that think because they got a little education or they got a little job or they a legal gun total or they got license or things of this nature. You get to thinking like this. These rights belong to me too. And then when that officer who's trained to be against your race, because we just got to say what it is. It just is what it is. It's like we join the Crips. If we join the Crips, we don't make the Crips do what we want to do. We gonna do what Crips do. If we join the police officers in the police department, we gonna get another game, and we're gonna get down with their agenda. So if right now our quota say we got to go through the black neighborhoods and find some chickens and lock some niggas up or whatever, that's what we got to go do.
Now, can I ask you a question though, my brother? How do we reach out and teach folks how to react though? Because like you said, you know, me and my partner, we come from the street experiences. So I understand we may know how to react when it comes to being around the police and dealing with the police. But how do we teach people, like you said, the people that ain't experienced that lifestyle that we experience to react when they dealing with the police? Because it's a split-second decision, to be honest.
You definitely right. But this is where certain experience, like how a lot of people, because I come from that life, you know what I mean? My oldest brother is doing his second murder bid right now. My oldest brother, 49. He done spent 35 of his 49 years in prison. 14 to 28, got out for a year and some change, went back doing 46 on his second murder bid. It's like, I come from that, bro. You know what I mean? This is why it's like so much pain. And when I hear these conversations, it'd be like very touching to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, my son live with me. I'm trying to raise the boy to a man. I'm trying to show what standing on 10 toes is for real. You get what I'm saying? Because I have to be that role. I have to be a good son. I have to be a good homeboy. I got to be a good employee. I have to be a good brother, taking care of my brother for the last 17 years. You know what I mean? Like, so being all these roles is just trying to show him how to be a man and be in these different situations, dealing with the police and all these type things. But to your question, though, it's hard to talk to others. I said what I just said to say, basically, when you go through, you said you come from that. My man said he come from that. So when you come from that, it's just certain experiences that you know you can tell or you can try to influence with what you know, but most people don't learn a lot of things until they go through it.
Yeah.
Sadly to say, you get what I'm saying? Look at our brother Travis Hunter right now. It should be very easy for a brother like Travis Hunter to look up and see, damn, Kobe Bryant, mama and daddy can't even get no money right now because the Mexican girl and her people's good. Yeah. They over there saucing all day long. Kobe Bryant, mama and daddy that raised them, played for them basketball camps and trips and flying over the country to this program and AAU game and all that work they put in. They can't. They don't even get the benefits of their son doing that work really for them, but because he chose the wrong woman. You get what I'm saying? Now they suffering.
Game, fam. You spilling game tonight, man. Thank you for the call.
Well, you already know. I hate to say it. You know what I mean? Back in my former life, you know what I mean? I did come from that pimping thing. So
you spilling tonight. Keep it going. You got as much time as you need. Keep spilling the game, fam.
Bro, you know what? I really appreciate y'all, guys. I'm glad I came across y'all channel. I'm glad to see brothers like y'all doing this, man, because that's what it takes, bro. It takes for us to actually be concerned about each other. That's the main change. Yeah. If we want to change the people that's legal, illegal, in prison, out of prison, stock market, college niggas, all of them. Yeah. We just got to care about each other, bro. If the college nigga care about the street nigga, then he gonna listen. Like when you care about something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen to it. So, and then not to gotta say this, all praise to the Most High. I'm a stunch down Bible believer too. So a lot of the changes that I made in my own life came from understanding that, you know, certain things about that Bible, which, you know.
That's what's
right.
up. That's what's up.
Praises to the Most High, man.
Thank you for the conversation.
Man, we needed that perspective because that is what we needed, and we got to teach our men, and we got to stand on 10 toes about certain principles, and it ain't no backing down. If you got to be a casualty, you got to be a casualty. That's how it is. Even for us speaking out, stepping up and speaking on this with our face out. I know a lot of guys in the streets that's like they don't want to do too much with putting their face out.
You talking to one?
Yeah.
I got people, bro. I got 1,000 people around me to tell me. I got a home. I own my 4 kids right now. I got a homeboy that got a little studio space and keep trying to tell me, bro, look, I'll start your channel and I'll do this, I'll do that. But you just need to just talk, just like give you some topics. And I'm like, nah, I want to do the camera. I don't do all that out there whoopty whoop. You know what I mean? I'm focused on, I got a new grandchild. I got a 1-year-old daughter.
Right.
I'm focused on trying to get them together and all that. I ain't got time to be dealing with comments and whoopty whoop. But shout out to y'all brothers who do. You know,
For real. We appreciate you supporting us, man.
Appreciate that, man.
I don't be in the chat, man. Anything crazy said, man, I'll call back. But y'all would take care.
Thank you,
For
fam.
real. Salute, man. I appreciate the support, brother. Nothing but love.
Hey, the boy came in. Hey, he came in. He came in.
Man. We needed that. We needed our men to come up with that firm. We got to stand on 10 because that's what FBA is about right now, man. We got to stand on a lot of business and we got to stand on it. Whatever that outcome is, if it's good, bad, whatever, we got to be able to stand on it and accept it.
And you know what's crazy? Like, us collaborating, I like both of our perspectives on learning and education and being objective, because he called from a perspective of something that I said that he disagreed with, but I'm not a hostile individual. I like to learn from niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we may agree to disagree, or I may agree with some of the things he said. He may disagree with some of the things I said, but constructive conversation is what is needed, because I think we both got to a point of understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
some people are not going to understand him because they're going to hear that. It's going to take brothers like us to be able to hear him and be able to let them know that we understand, because there's some people that hear what he said because they don't have the experience. They're going to think he's, you know, a crash out, or he's trying to just crash out when that's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. We got a couple of more topics. We can take it if you got the time, Rob. We've been on here for 2.5 hours.
Man, listen, it's so fun. Hearing from our people, man, 75, all of these good people we hearing from, it's just giving me so many good vibes and things that we need to focus on. So hearing people speak is important, you know.
And we want y'all to call in more. Click the link at the top of the live chat to the point to where you can show your face if you want to, but you don't have to if you don't want to. That's why we got the call-in number, and somebody's calling in right now. Whoever calling in from Ontario, Canada, we ready to hear your perspective, man. Real talk. 519, answer the phone. I'm calling you back. Damn, they calling in from Canada, fam.
That's what's up, fam. We touching it, man. This is good, fam. This is what's up.
519. You tapped into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping? What's your perspective on the topics at hand, man?
Hey, man. I'm calling here from Canada, man.
Okay.
All right. And a lot of shit going on in our community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe a lot of our people, yo, stop this infighting with each other and this FBA and all of these. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all been through some hardship over here, man. It's everywhere. Everywhere they hate black people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We only got no friends in this world.
Mm-hmm.
We only got each other, man.
Okay.
All right? Our ancestors fought for all of us to be here. Because the shit we went through, no other race has ever been through that shit. And I just want black people to, lively up themselves, man. Respect each other, man. Work together, communicate together.
Okay.
You know, put our ideas together.
Tell us
Work together as a people.
Tell us what the culture, the black culture is like in Canada. Educate us, fam.
All right, let me tell you, man. Most of us over here are Jamaican, all right?
Yeah.
A lot of us over here are Jamaican, all right? And they do the same shit to us, bro.
Right.
They search and frisk us and do all kinds of shit to us, man. Same way that they do the shit in America. Don't make you think that Canada is like it's a peaceful place and all that. Nah, man, they treat black people the same fucking way, man.
Yeah. Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Slow
They
down.
dog and piss and shit on us the same way.
Slow down on the cuss words a little bit. You can get your.
You good. Hey, listen, for real. I got a question for you though. You said that over there in Canada they do it is just like over here. Have you heard about like what Black Wall Street in America, how our towns got burnt down?
Oh yeah.
You heard about that?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, in the 1930s, man. Come on, I know my history. When it comes to history, all of that stuff for everybody. I know everything. You know what I mean? I know even the Rosewood, all of that stuff. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
like you know, like.
So
I'm a big Fred Hampton fan. You know what I mean?
Got you. So I'm saying,
and that's my guy. You know.
Keep going, Rob. Keep going, Rob.
Yeah. So
you know, I mean, I feel. Go ahead.
Let my boy ask you a question, caller. He trying to ask you a question. Let him ask you a question.
I'm not too familiar with Canada. That's all, and I'm just trying to ask. Do y'all got a history like that of black towns being burnt down up there in Canada?
Yeah, man, in Nova Scotia, man. Back in the day, it was like when the unruly slaves, you know, they used to drop them all off there in Nova Scotia. And that's where hockey came from. That's where black people created hockey, you know what I mean? They used to burn some of the towns down there, man.
I told him that. Yeah, that's the only thing I knew about Canada, but I told him that black people, and I think they were from America, right?
Yeah, all the unruly slaves in the Caribbean and everywhere, they want to drop them off like from Jamaica, because I'm Jamaican, you know? And they used to drop them all off in Nova Scotia where it was cold, because they couldn't contain us, man. The British, they couldn't contain us. We're the most unruly ones, yo. Yeah, we rebelled against them and fought against them, you know what I mean? And I feel that one thing that always bothers me is that when Marcus Garvey came to America and to steamroll the Black Star line, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us to go back, take some of the smart ones, go back and take what we learned and go back there and build certain parts of Africa. I just feel like some of our own people sell each other out. And if we had accomplished something like that, we as the people would have been way farther ahead of what we are doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, because it takes all of us together.
Yeah.
To make anything, you know. And you tell me, you put 5 black people in a room, and the whole world is scared of it because they don't know what we're talking about, and they know and they don't know how things hit us differently. All right. Because when I hear a black person sing, it hits my mind, it hits my soul, and it hits my heart. I can feel it all through my body. I can feel that energy coming from my people. So no matter what it is.
Yeah. Keep going. I got a question for you after you stop, though.
Yeah. So it don't matter where I am. All right. I love all of my black people.
Okay.
I will live and die for all of my black people, and especially our black woman. I remember the time when black women used to hold us down. And you know, when they let dogs on our people back. I watched all them things back in the 50s and 60s when they used to let their dogs bite our woman and our woman hold us down. But I feel that our women are lacking those things these days. They're taking on character traits from other demographics that we never used to have.
Right.
And you know, and they try to make us black men look like we're like this and we're not a good. No, black man is strong. Black man is always gonna respect a black woman because we came from a black woman. So we always have to love and respect a black woman.
I want to ask you a
question. No matter anywhere I go.
Can I ask you a question, my brother?
Yes.
Define. Don't take out the society's definition of black. What is your personal definition of black people or black in general?
My personal definition of black is more so the color.
Thank you.
That's my definition, more so the color.
Okay.
All right. Because if you take every every other color in the spectrum, black is the strongest one. Because black make every single one of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So on that part, black is that's the way I view that.
Okay, that's what's up.
And as a go ahead.
Nah, keep going. We got other callers calling in. We got other callers calling in. We want you to land your plane, but I want you to give your perspective.
Yeah.
Give your perspective
So
before you land your plane.
my perspective. Okay. So my perspective is just I want just all of our people 2025 turn a new page, and we just start work with each other. Invest. I rather go buy some clothes from a black person, and we know so the money is going back to the community and the people. Well, I'm gonna go then go buy a Louis Vuitton, where they're all those people. All that they do is that they take our ideas, they take our things from Africa, stamp it, and sell it back to us, and we run like fools and go buy it. We need to invest in our own community and our own people. So anything we make, go right back to our people.
That's what's
and
up.
we have a foundation, you know. Some of the artists them to come together and make their one Walmart, make it a store where we can go into. I don't feel like we get threatened. I don't make it feel like we're thieves when they go into store. Security following us all around. That's very degrading. Because most of 99% of the time we go into those stores, it's not us stealing, it's the other people. But it's the deep hatred for us as a people. You must always understand and think about this. Why does every other race of people hate us? It's because there's something fundamental and generally unique about us as a people. That's something because we are God's people, and you cannot defeat God's people no matter what you put them under, no matter what all the trials and tribulation we've been through, we're still here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they all want to be like us. So there's something special, unique about us, and they can never ever take that away from us. And that's all I got to say. And now my brothers and sisters here in Canada, Africa, the Caribbean, United States, respect on yourself. Because no matter what they do, they can never take away our dignity.
Thank you for tapping into Thank you for tapping into the show.
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, man.
Is there any do you got any YouTube channel or Instagram page or whatever, any handles you want to promote before you go so the people can get in touch with you?
I don't really, man. I know. I just run across your channel, and I'm the one. I'm the one that's texting. I'm doing X, and I didn't mean any disrespect when I tapped into your thing. Okay.
Appreciate you, man.
I just had to my point. You know what I mean?
Okay. We appreciate your point, man. We appreciate you, brother. You always appreciate it over here.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, man. You guys have a good night. All right.
All right.
You too, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Much respect.
Yeah.
All right.
Respect.
Hey,
shout out to him, man.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, Rob. People might tap into our show and think that we on some negative or some trolling type stuff, but we want the Puerto Ricans, the Jamaicans, the FBAs. If you Caucasian, tap into the show.
We done had them, fam. We done had. Listen, I respect everybody lineage, and I respect that people is just trying to make sure that we get in ours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all we trying to do. We just trying to make sure that, it's nothing against no other culture. And I don't want any cultures feeling like that. Like, just because we trying to claim our heritage and our lineage, it's not no diss to anybody else.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about communication also. We got to learn how to communicate with a multitude of individuals, because that's important, man. And yeah, my boy Water Guy got the channel popping. You right, Captain Cold Blooded. That's a fact. Water Guy got the channel lit, man. Salute the Water Guy. Let's give him some.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, somebody talking about Tariq, the leader, boy. I'm so tired of the people talking
I had to kick them out, man. They be coming on my channel. That's why, that's what happens, though. You be getting we getting a lot of people that's just coming in here trolling and saying whatever, trying to, distract us.
I got so many topics left that we can discuss. I got the YSL lawyer, Gunner's lawyer. You know what I'm saying? That's away from the FBA situation. I got the girl that you reported on today talking about it was a melting pot. Hip hop was a melting pot. And I know if we start talking about hip hop, or New York folks will call in or whatever. I got another conversation from hold on. The white lady talking about African created everything. Everything started in Africa. You remember I sent you the link to that lady?
Yeah.
And then I have another topic about the liberal indoctrination.
OG Lay said, how do I call in? He got the number right there, fam.
Look at me, fam, and look up under me. The number right there. OG Lace Drug, man. Call into the show, man. You see the 202 number right up under my gray chin hairs, big dog.
He put it's unfortunate that some of the genuine people who are not anti-FBA are getting caught up with their tether class. Yeah, that's sad because we just trying to, get our lineage straight. They got their lineage straight. They got their culture. So everybody should support us. I feel, my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, put the link in the in the chat, and we'll chop it up. McKinney, Texas. Answer the phone, McKinney, Texas. Real talk.
I got a homeboy out there. That might be him.
That's a military base, ain't it?
Yeah.
And McKinney.
College over there too.
You tapping in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping? What's your thoughts on the topics at hand, man?
Oh man, y'all doing a good job tonight, man. I'm Thomas out of Dallas, Texas, man.
Salute,
man.
Oh,
what's up? Salute to Dallas, man.
Yeah, man. People always try. I mean, I'm glad we're on topic of lineage, and that we're taking care of business, and that we're finally coming to because the code is the leader, and back in the day they killed all our leaders because they was out front, but you can't kill a code, you know what I mean? So I'm glad black people are on code instead of trying to have a leader out front, and that's always been a detrimental to us. And I know y'all talking about the police earlier, man. It's like we're always behind enemy lines, and if you're behind enemy lines, you gotta move as such. You can't move like we out here partying, we out here doing this, but at the same time, you gotta have your head on the swivel. And that's just, that's not even a street thing. That's just being black in America. You gotta always have your head on the swivel as a black man in America.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, fam. I'm with you on that.
And the way I approach police, I got jumped by police when I was 16 years old, almost got killed, so from that point on, from now, I approach things differently than what I see people like. When I see the videos, I'll be like, oh, they should have did it this way. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it depends on where your address is, what city you're in, how bad the police are. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, you don't know who, when you get pulled over, you don't know what that police is on. You know what I'm saying? You could be, you could be the most outstanding guy in the world. You could be a preacher. You could be a plumber or a roofer. It don't matter, man. When your life is on the line when the police pull you over. So you don't know what's going to happen. So keeping your cool, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, you don't know who's pulling you over at the same time. And so I tell my sons, I said, be careful out here in these streets with these cops. I don't argue with them. I said, but I tell them at the same time, you don't know who's pulling you over at any given time. Our lives are on the line when you get pulled over as black men. I mean, let's not be. You got to have that in your mind. Whenever I get pulled over, I'm thinking, okay, I got to stay 2 steps ahead of these clowns because I don't want to make no movements. Keep my. When I get pulled over at night, I turn my lights on in the car. I roll all my windows down, but still at the same time, I still can get killed.
Right. That don't mean nothing. It ain't go. Yep. It ain't go.
That don't mean nothing. Because we don't know the mindset of that officer. A lot of these officers are white supremacists. They've been raised this way, and so like with the situation with the guy in prison, man, they beat that guy to a pulp, man, with handcuffs on. Yeah. So how is he going to defend himself? Then and what's so sinister about that? They took him to the medical room, and there was a nurse in there watching it. Yeah. So what their plan was, okay, we're going to beat this guy, and we're going to let the nurse kind of take care of him after we beat him, because they would call these guys the beat up squad.
Yeah.
It was like 2 of those guys already had lawsuits on them for beating other inmates. So this is what they do. You get out of line, we're gonna take you to the medic, and we're gonna beat you right there in the medic. So when we're done, we let the nurse take care of you. But they beat this guy so bad he ended up dying. the next day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we behind enemy lines, fellas, and our families. If you got a family, you got sons, you got daughters, teach them about the streets, and also teach them about how to defend themselves. Man, like here in Texas, man, we don't have to have licenses to carry guns, and as long as you don't have no felony on your record.
Yeah.
And so all my kids are tooled up. My wife got a gun. We all got guns, but we know, you just got to be able to, whatever situation that is, to be able to protect yourself. And there's nothing wrong with defending yourself in any situation from anybody.
That's true.
And I thank God for y'all being out here, man, doing what y'all doing. Y'all young guys, man. I'm probably a little older than y'all, but y'all keep doing this, man, because it's needed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we need more young men like y'all out here doing what y'all doing, man.
We appreciate you, fam. We trying to learn, fam. We trying to learn.
Yeah, we're trying to put it together.
Give our perspectives, even if you disagree with our perspectives, then you know what I mean. We can figure it out at the end of the day, because somebody may agree, somebody may disagree, but at the end of the day, a collective conversation can help us all evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But even if I disagree with you on something, it shouldn't go to the level of, oh, that's cap. I'm hating. I jump off hating on because I'm old enough to know where you're coming from. A lot of cats out here, they're young, they don't understand, they've been raised by the wrong person. They listen, you know what I'm saying? It's like you could tell that he gonna crash out. He gonna crash out any minute. They crashing out, man. You see so many young people crashing out, it don't even make sense, man.
That's true.
And to their detriment. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be this many young men hitting the cemetery. This young. I mean, don't get me wrong. I grew up in an era where we was killing one another, man. But now it's just rap beefs getting you killed. I mean, it's like it's the most stupidest stuff they doing now, man. That's wiping them out, and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, that's
because they don't have that father figure or that uncle or that. I had uncles that don't do that, boy. I mean, I had street cats with a winos on the streets up under the trees. They be talking, putting us to the side. Hey, don't do what we doing. Don't come my way. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a lot of older guys teaching the younger guys anymore. And you can tell, you know what I'm saying?
It's noticeable because they are led by feelings and emotions instead of
straight up.
Yeah, I agree.
It's almost a woman trait, and a lot of these guys have female traits, man. And
I know.
With young men, you some pop off, man. You can't have that trait, man. You got to be able to wait a minute. Now, let me calm down. Let me look at this a different route. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of guys, they crashing out way too easy, man. And so police, think about it, they watching us, man. So, okay, so if the police know, these young guys, they like to crash out, I'm gonna just push their button.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep pushing their button.
That's what they do. Fam. I'm gonna tell y'all a story here in Florida, in our prison. It was like a guy who would, when guys come into prison with gold teeth, he had a jar and he would want to make sure they would beat him up, knock his teeth out, and he would have a jar full of gold teeth. So when you go to this prison camp, he used to let brothers be in line because brothers go in prison and they want to terrorize everything. COs, they knocking them out. They just really, putting pressure on COs in this white institution, just trying to do them any kind of way. And I'm saying that they used to do this to us and knock these guys' teeth out just to try to be, keep these guys in a state that way they don't feel like they confident and they dominant. So just wanted to give y'all some that so we could understand what's going on in these prisons and what they doing.
That's true.
Yeah, man, because these prisons are gladiator camps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had one of my wife's friend cousins, man, he got killed in prison by the guards. They said he had a heart attack, man, but when you seen the photos of his face, man, they beat this dude to death, man. I mean, how you have a heart attack and your face is unrecognizable? You see what I'm saying? So this goes on every day, man. You'd be surprised how many people die in prison that don't even reach the news, man. It happens every single day. And so, yeah, it's sad, man. But that's why I said I'm going to tell young men and young women too, don't put yourself in a predicament where you go to prison, because that's the worst of the worst. I would rather die than go to prison. That's
For
how
real.
I look at it.
You right. That's how I look at it too. That's
Prison
the
ain't for
word.
nobody. I mean, and I hate when people try to glamorize prison, man. That's nothing to be glamorizing. Talking about, oh yeah, I did 15, I did 20. Now tell the truth what goes on up in there. Tell these young folks what's really going on in prison, man, so they won't go there. You know, it's sad, man.
I want to further this conversation because, you know, I'm trying to learn, and I think, you know, the last one, the brother that called that was talking about the Asheville stuff and how we react to police, and this brother just said he would rather die than go to prison. Is that a conflict of interest, fam? The way we react to police, and if things can happen when we react to police in comparison to I would rather die than go to prison. Yeah, know what I'm trying to say?
But think about this. They said that about our ancestors was saying that they'd rather die than be a slave.
And be a slave.
Go to prison, you are a registered slave now. That means everything that you're doing, you're a slave. You know, you work for them. So I understand where somebody coming from. Why would I want to be a slave, you know, for the rest of my life? I'm a whole court right here. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, look.
That's facts. That's it.
The reason I said I'm 52 years old, man. You give me 10 years, that's probably a life sentence for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going there.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man. I mean,
but we got a lot of brothers too now. Yeah, we got a lot of brothers too that never did anything and they did 43 years in prison and they just getting out.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy. So
your life gone.
Thank you for the call.
Your life gone, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate everything, man. Y'all stay up, man. Y'all keep pushing it forward, man. And hey, man, I just now found y'all too, man. So hey,
man, stay tuned in with us, man. We appreciate talking to y'all. I promise you.
Yeah. Appreciate it, fam. Have a blessed night.
You too.
Yeah. Salute to the brother, man. We're gonna take. You want to take one more call?
Yeah, we can take one more. I like what Tip said, man. He said that we don't need to feel pressure with doing any topics that don't fit our people. We need to understand that they need to support us. We need to have free media that where we can speak however we want to speak, and we don't gotta be, you know, feeling some type of way that we talking about FBA business. So y'all make sure y'all support us so we can keep independent media where we can speak on topics that's good for us, that's gonna help us out. So I'm glad you put that in the chat, Tip, for real.
Okay, Tip, we're gonna hit you back ASAP. We gotta hit up OG Lace first. OG Lace has been on the show for 3 hours. The whole 3 hours with us, supporting us in the live chat. I'm gonna hit OG Lace up, and then after we talk to Lace, I'm gonna call you back ASAP. And I highly appreciate you for tuning in also, man.
Appreciate you, Tip, man, for sending Trail that. Definitely.
Okay. Tip, what's popping?
Yo.
What's popping, fam? You tapped into Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's your perspective on the topic, fam?
Man, first of all, I want to say I ain't got the names down packed yet, but you know, Brother Man in the Blue, and with the braids, I done seen him a few times. It's my first time seeing the guy in the Bills and the bow tie.
Salute.
Okay.
But I have been tuned in pretty tough with Homeboy. I've seen probably every one of his videos for the last week at least.
Okay.
But you know, on this FBA, because I'm I'm old school too. And on the heels of what the guy before me was talking about as far as prison and all of that, I was going to end with that, but I'm going to start with that since that was the last conversation. Besides the bars, right, we could be prisoners of our own community. See, and I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, right? But I lived in D.C., the DMV area. I lived in Germany. I done lived in London. I done lived, you know, not to keep going, but I done lived around. I done been around. And that's been powerful for me.
Okay.
So I would like to encourage every FBA guy or anybody out there that's black, but, you know, we speaking to FBA first. try to get out and see whatever they can. Travel.
Yeah.
You know, don't put yourself in the prison by just staying in your neighborhood or on your block. Get out and see other things too, right? And now I'm gonna go back to what I was gonna start with. Now, when we're dealing with these other cultures, right? We never had disrespect for them, right?
Yeah.
But we get all this smoke when we want to stand up for ourselves.
Okay.
And we got to ask ourselves, why is that? So I want to get to this and say, from now on, we need to start telling people, before y'all come in our house, take off your shoes, wipe your feet on the rug before you walk in here. Because, you know, like I said, I'm about a homeboy age. I'm 50. I'm about the age of hip hop. So I was there in the beginning. So I'm just saying, you know, we let everybody in. I was there. I mean, ain't no more loving person than an FBA. Believe that.
Right.
I agree with that.
We starting to see to where it's coming back on us. After all these years, we starting to see stuff that they felt about us we never even knew. So yeah, I support what you guys doing. And like I said, man, I'm gonna follow y'all from here on out. I'll just subscribe. I'm gonna tune in because I like what y'all putting down.
Definitely.
I like y'all demeanor. I like y'all sincerity.
Yeah.
And you know, I like the fact that y'all took time to talk to just a few people that y'all had. But like I said, you know, when the people come to visit or whatever to partake, you know, we ain't being bullies because we never have been, but we're gonna demand respect from here on out. You know, you know, take the shoes off, you wipe your feet on the rug before you come walking in our house from now.
Real.
Thank you for your perspective, my
For
brother.
real, fam.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate
y'all, man.
Yeah, we hope you tap in. We trying to do this every Sunday, man. We
Yeah.
hope you tap in again to the different perspectives because we're going to keep the educational conversations going and salute to everything that you said. I agree with you, man, and thank you.
100. For real, brother. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you.
Make sure, you know, our people need to get out and travel and see other things, you know, because we put ourselves in prison a lot of times by just staying where we at getting comfortable. So,
Not growing.
you know, it don't take nothing to go up the block, go here, go there, just see what's going on around, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my advice as far as anything I got to teach, you know, in my 50 years on this earth. You know, that freed me a lot. And then after all that, I'm back in Jackson, which I love because the cost of living is wonderful compared to up north and here and there, you know, because I got 3 houses and I bought them flat out right.
Hey, you sound like you from, I can hear the DC dialect, something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the
You
DC
right
dialect.
there. What you in NC?
Yeah, I'm in Charlotte, but I love DC. I love
Yeah, you gotta love DC. Boy, they got the most finest women up there in the deal.
The best food, the best education.
Oh yeah. The mumbo sauce, the wings of mumbo sauce. You can't beat that, boy.
Yeah, the style, the veganism, the vegan. Yeah, I rock with DC. Salute, fam. Salute. Appreciate you. Make sure you tap into our show, man. We thankful for your perspective, fam.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'm in now, brother.
All right.
All right.
We got one. We're gonna take one more call, Rob, man. We 3 hours in, fam.
Yeah, man. We're gonna take one more, man. You know, we love talking to y'all. Now I ain't gonna want y'all to think we don't like talking to y'all. It's just I gotta get this. Yeah, this is a lot of good energy. I need to.
This gonna be a show for me to listen to. Boy. Thank you for banning people comments, man.
Unknown caller.
Look, I don't even know who this is, but they tapping in from Jackson.
Hope they ain't in federal prison, man.
Yeah, me neither. I hope they ain't in prison. Jacksonville, what's popping? You tapping in the Water Guy TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's your perspective on the topic?
What's going on, Trev?
What's
going on, Waterboy?
What's up?
All right. I heard the end of the show, and I was thinking about y'all familiar with interrogation questions with cops?
I am.
Usually there's about 6 questions they'll ask. And Usually it's starts with who, what, when, where, why, and how. Some people, they don't get it still to this day because they don't have to express the Miranda right to them. Some people just say yes to things. They say no to things. It's a lot of questions and answers. It's almost like an interview, but it's an interrogation.
Okay.
And a lot of us aren't familiar with this. But where are you coming from tonight?
Where we coming from? Where we calling out of? You mean where we out of?
How long you been out here?
Out where?
Who you been with tonight?
We've been on the show conversing.
These are the things that cops will end up asking questions when they pull people over.
Okay.
Got you.
Who you been with?
And they'll end up keep on talking. So if you see the lights on you, it's a lot of pressure too.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And so sometimes we don't know how to enter. We're not ready. A lot of us aren't even ready.
No, we ain't ready. We ain't ready. We not ready at all.
Now,
we not ready at all.
Can I ask him? Let me ask him a question, Rob, one time. Now, when these people present all these questions to me, because I've been in this situation before, so I'm gonna give you an example. Something happened at my home before. You know what I mean? Where they forcefully allowed themselves in, and they asked me questions, and I answered none of them. I said, I don't have, you know everything. I have no response. What would you say to that since you informing us on this right now?
I'm not an investigator. I don't work with authorities, never have.
No,
I'm
but
a civilian.
I just want to know what you think about me saying, you know everything. I have no response.
Oh, you're being evasive.
Right.
I don't know what the word evasive means.
That means
EVASIVE.
You evading the truth. That means you got something to hide. You get what I'm saying?
But that's the best way.
Right. But let me tell you this, because so he just gave you his interaction, my interaction, where they play a dirty game. And I'm gonna give you my experience.
Did you go over one more time? Brother Trevor?
Yeah.
Did you happen to be the because this happens too. Let's say, for instance, women, they like to call. They like to grab the phone, grab the jack, and the people come to the house.
Yeah.
The 12.
Right.
But they use and it might be legitimate too. They're not calling on their man or anything, but all of a sudden they find out just by even catching it on the phone, the operator, they're even being investigated right then and there. The person who called is being investigated.
Right. Off of domestic, you say.
Right. You know, so it's always an investigation.
So you asking me, is that could have been the situation?
Right.
No. Yeah, he talking about some street stuff. But I want to tell you my my experience so you can understand. Like now I feel like they just want snitches. Okay. Let me explain.
Don't go too deep, right?
I ain't gonna go too deep, right? But what I'm saying is when the police came to my house, right? I wasn't there, but when I pulled up there, my lady was there, but they came to me and was like, "Hey man, here's my card. We ain't even arrest you yet. You can help us out." That I didn't help them out. They charged me and my lady with the charge of the possession of drugs that's in there. So this is what got me out the game. But what I'm saying is it's dirty that where they only go after people and want to make them tell on somebody else. That's the whole name of the game right now. So you could do something bad and you can get off if you're gonna tell on somebody. You get what I'm saying?
Without a doubt. I mean, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. But once you start to know that, like how you know that,
right?
It's like, man, you can't forget that. Composure is great, though. Won't you agree?
Composure.
Composure.
Yeah.
Powerful.
You know, when we in these situations, but you know, getting beat upside your head, you know, who has that type of composure?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're an officer.
Hell no. I'm FBA. I'm a straight.
But you can be an officer and be FBA. I'm just assuming you're an officer.
I'm a straight father. I'm just a straight father. Good earner.
FBA, huh?
Good. I'm a phenomenal lover. They say. Love sisters.
Thank you for calling into the show.
That's about it.
We appreciate you, brother, having that perspective, man.
Salute.
But I had heard everybody else speaking on this, you know.
Right, and you wanted to get it clear how the police come at him.
Okay.
Well, you know, the next time, you know, I'm pretty sure someone will come up with more. You know, trust me, I've been in these situations, but
right,
I've had to make those calls too, where you had to get bailed out as well. You know, if I didn't have come from a good family, you know, or have strong representation, I didn't learn these things overnight.
Hey, thank you for calling in. We 3
Hey,
hours.
man, salute.
All right, salute, FBA. We will interrupt this program.
Right.
We know that. We know
All
that.
right.
We know that. I knew that nigga with the feds, fam.
Man, I appreciate y'all though, man, for everybody tapping in. What we got? One more, you said?
Man, where my boy OG Lace Dog at, man? Come on, Lace Dog. Did he?
I want Lace Dog. I want to hear Lace Dog, man.
Okay. Did he call in?
Don't say too much, fam.
You know, I knew what he was, what type of time he was on.
Man, y'all, boy, man, FBA, y'all is a trip, man. They gonna give it to you. Listen, they gonna give it to you.
I apologize, Lace Dog. I'm tipsy. Boy, we done had.
Oh, we talked already. Okay, damn, Lace Dog. You said you can hit me back.
623 answer the phone. 623 answer the phone. I hope you ain't with them boys because they watching us now. They watching us, Rob.
I know they watching me, man.
Way
they
too
making
much.
sure I ain't on no wall.
It's way too much information being spewed on this channel. Way too much, man. Hold up. If they don't answer the phone, we gone. Man. We just gonna chop it up with the family. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man.
For real. Definitely appreciate it.
You tapped in the
Shalom,
Water God
shalom.
TV. Shalom.
Shalom,
You
brother.
tapped in the Water God TV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's your perspective on the topics at hand? Appreciate you calling
No
in.
doubt. Hey, man, shout out to Water God TV and both of you brothers, man.
Yes, sir.
This is Lawrence Staten out of Phoenix, Arizona.
Salute.
West Side.
By way of Central Texas, lineage from North Carolina.
That's where I'm located. Salute, brother.
Salute to
I
the
know. The spirit compelled me to call, man. You brothers are doing a powerful thing, man. And I just wanted to call in and touch on the topic in the sense that I agree with all of the callers who call in with the perspective. And the gentleman that just called, he had a little bit of Valdez accent, you know what I mean? But that's cool too, because he was very respectful. Even composure, I still agree with the older gentleman that said he was raising his son, and we got to stand 10 toes down on morals. You know what I'm saying? God chose us to give the law to, and we supposed to be the demonstration to all the other nations on how to conduct ourselves. And we chose to rebel. And I just want to tell your listeners that every other nation knows that we're in a war. And it seems like that we the only people on the battlefield behaving like it's a playground.
Right.
So we gotta get it together, man. And I also think that if we if we learn how to love us more than they hate us, then God said he would return their recompense upon their own head.
Yeah.
You know, I still think that if you right, stand down. I mean, don't stand down, but stand 10 toes. And there's a way to stay composed and fight the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that to everything that's been said tonight, man. You guys are doing the righteous work, man, and I got a major respect for you, especially for younger brothers. Keep at it. This is my first time on your page, but I'll subscribe and I gave you a thumbs up, and I'll be in the comment section in the future, man.
Yeah.
Helping us out.
Taking my call.
Hey, hold on 1 second, please, brother. If you got the time, please. I got a question to ask you. But do you got anything to ask them first, Rob?
No, go ahead, brother.
You know, I heard you say shalom, you know, and I see as all people, we have went from colored people to black people to FBA. But why do all people don't want to identify as Hebrew Israelite? Because I think that's, you know, I'm assuming.
Because they have not accepted Christ, and they don't have Christ living in them. God gave us a heritage, man, so you don't have to be lost. And is it really a curse if he said that if my people would only seek my face and repent and turn from their wicked ways and walk in my laws, statutes, and commandments, that he will forget our sins and he will restore the land to righteousness. And we're not responsible for everybody. You're responsible for your own soul and your own salvation. So if I repent and then I treat you the way God tell me to treat you, then why do I have to wait for everybody to come correct? Because the end of days don't come for everybody at the same time. It's already claimed a lot of people, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Hey, you ended
I
the
agree.
show. You ended the show off with that, my brother. I appreciate your call. Please tap in with us. We're going to be doing this every Sunday, trying to listen to our people and get educated and give our perspectives and learn from our people. Thank you for your call, my brother.
Can I share one more thing with you?
Go ahead.
Please.
I do a lot of writing, man. I've been without the use of my legs for the last 8 years. I'm unable to walk. I spent the last 3 months in a skilled nursing facility on my back in a bed. And it's very brutal. The human body is not made for that. And my spirit walks with God. And I don't know how much time I got left on this earth. But my spirit is strong. And I always encourage people. And if I didn't tell you this, you would never know by talking to me. I don't care if you talk to me for the 8 years I've been in this condition. You would never know, because I'm gonna carry my cross the way Yahushua did, and I'm not gonna complain. Whatever his purpose is for me, he still has me as part of the plan. So I'm gonna do what he tells me to do, because he said he'll take obedience over sacrifice. So I started writing a piece called Skenemies. Skenemies, like your skin. You know how America see the Chinese as frenemies because they do business with them. So I got a concept. The spirit spoke to me, and it spoke about skenemies. If you could take our skin away and you just see muscle tissue, nerves and tendons and bone, how will we treat each other? And it start out as say skenemies. Some look horrid, and some look just like kin to me.
Yeah.
And before I let you write me out of my story of glory, then, mister, you probably better hand that pen to me. Because I could tell how you're moving that you ain't that end of me. But I won't let you be the end of me. I'll just consider you a skin of me.
Damn.
And that's where I stop.
Enemies.
But if you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you don't see God, go back to sleep. You the God. And what you do, what you give of yourself so somebody else can have, that's what God is. He only put his spirit in man. So you're not going to see no flesh come out of the clouds to be your God. He put the spirit in you, and he sent his son in the flesh to be a representative and to pay the price for your sin. But the law is still the law. And until we follow the law and treat each other as brothers, then we trapped in this perpetual state of correction.
Yeah.
We in the supreme correction facility, because God ain't gonna let us out of this. Like my mama said, ain't no point in getting pissed off at everybody else, because you ain't nobody getting out of here alive.
Yeah.
And you ain't taking nothing with you.
Right.
So,
no money, no nothing.
So if we can love each other more than they hate us, they will self-destruct. Protect us, man, because if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
Facts. And I'm gonna land the plane. And I love you, brothers, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Brother. Yeah.
And let them have hip hop, because it's a swamp. It's trash anyway. It's time for us to move on to the next great thing, because we do it so easy.
Right.
Interesting. Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you for your
Let's
call.
go, fam. Love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Much respect, brother.
All love. That was our last call, fam. My hot dang on phone on 2%, fam.
Man. Yeah, this was we always say this every time we do one, man. This was probably the best one that we did. I learned so much, man, and connecting with everybody.
I gotta listen back to it myself. It ain't
Me
that I
too.
want to hear myself talk. I want to hear the callers in depth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to take my time and listen to the callers in depth, man. In closing, what we gotta say though, Rob, man, because we getting good at this, man, and this thing is, I think it's reaching people.
It's definitely reaching people, man. So we just want to keep doing what we've been doing, man. Health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. Giving praises to the Most High. Always support your family. You know what I mean?
That's facts, man. And in closing, I gotta say, man, peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money. And you know what, me and Rob, we at this thing, man. We gone.
The only Negro school principal, as far as I know, in the entire history of New York was the principal. It was a woman named Mrs. Eyre. And she liked me. And in a way, I guess she proved to me that I could, that I didn't have to be entirely defined by my circumstances. Because you know that every Negro child knows what his circumstances are, though he can't articulate them, because he's born into a republic which assures him, in as many ways as it knows how, and has got great force, that he has a certain place and he can never rise above it. And what has happened in Harlem since is that generation has passed away.
Mrs. Eyre was a sort of a model, in a sense.
She was a proof. She was a living proof that I was not necessarily what the country said I was.
And it is significant, Jim, that we do not have a single Negro principal in the New York public school system today.
And it is not because there ain't nobody around who can do it.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the white community and over the black community by the white community, and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that